Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fame, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress no less, go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know who we are, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here, ain't stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush.
Wrapping up the Junior Pro Wakeboard Semifinal. Some pretty decent riding, and one of those top spots are down on the dock right now. We've got Jet Gibson. Jet, kind of crushing it out there. How'd it feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Stoked to be back on tour, so having a good time.
Yeah, it looks like a nice little walk into the finals right there. Top 4 go through. Looks like you're on top of the heat right now. I believe you always call that chew easy, mate.
Sorry about that. What was that?
Was that chew easy for you?
Yeah, well, seen all the other boys crash a little bit, so just played it smart and didn't show all my cards, so it was pretty good.
There we go. That's got to feel good to boost the confidence to stand-up passes. First Pro Wakeboard Tour contest of the season. But you're in Australia, so what was your season like over there?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We had Moomba Masters and Worlds last year. Didn't do too well at Worlds, but came out with the win at Moomba, so a lot of on-the-water training leading up to the American season, so I'm ready.
Nice, man. Well, good start to the season. Big win in Moomba. Congrats on coming in, making the finals. We'll see what you got in up your sleeve later.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Congrats, brother.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, back to the water right now. Heat number 1, the first rider off the dock, Camden Marsden. And he's got some heavy hitters behind him right now. He has no room to slack.
Let's go.
Double back roll there for Camden, man. Like I said, dude, there's no room in this semifinals to back off the throttle right now. Listen to the riders behind. Shota Tezuka, Corey Tunison, Thomas Herman, and Gunther Oka, and you're first off the dock? Yeah, right, dude. You're coming out swinging for the fences. Love that first pass from him.
And he did. Like, first guy off the dock, and with all, like you said, with all these heavy hitters right after you, that's so much pressure.
It really does.
I'm nervous for him.
Or is it pressure, too? Because he has,
That's true.
everything to gain and kind of nothing to lose. This is almost like the exact predicament you want to be in, because if you fall going for it, no one's going to look down on you. You had to swing for the fence. You had to throttle out with those heavy hitters behind you. So everything to win, nothing to lose. Solid first pass there, and coming back in for a second pass. Just dropping the handle.
No.
Dang, that was kind of hard to see on the monitor. Couldn't really see exactly what trick that was, but whatever it was, he dropped it. And once you drop that handle, you're down.
Yeah, we're watching on the drone right now. I don't know. It could have been a Tootsie Roll. But it looked like he was riding away, and then, nope. Cinco.
Yeah, man, not what you're looking for. But this is the semis. You're going to get one fall in this one. So you get one run, but you also get one fall. So that means you get picked back up, which allows the guys to go pretty hard on their run. You know, you're almost allowed one fall. If you can get back up and get the tricks underneath you, you know, you can get back up and and make up for the real estate that you missed, and you can kind of, your next 3 tricks that you do can be a little bit harder, because you know you have, like, you get back on the water and kind of lay down some more tricks, man. So
Yeah, totally. And the format's going to change when we head into the pro finals, of course. But like you said, having the ability to go down once and get back up, and the course is long enough and set up in such a way that you can get all 8 tricks in, even if you do go down and get that pick up.
yeah, it's a good point. Like this is a pretty longer run compared to normal. We have a lot of room. Sometimes the boat runs out of real estate, and I say real estate meaning we get to the end of the lake. So a lot of times the boat's forced to run as close as they can to the beach. The guys are trying to sandwich in their last trick, and then it's a chaotic kind of turnaround. Coming in handcuffed, you don't see that too often. Toe side, backside 720. Untraditional, unauthentic takeoff right now up there, but getting the trick done.
Hey.
Toe side 900, 2 technical spins there for Camden. After that fall, he
So-
knows he needs to come back.
He said, what fall?
Wow.
Oh, my word.
Dude, that was a dumb 540, and not even just name that a whole new trick. We're going to put Shane on that. That was a Tootsie Roll plus a whole another 360 on top of a Tootsie Roll. So 540 front roll, backside spin, as tech as it gets right there.
I mean, Camden kind of setting the stage for the Pro Wakeboard Tour in 2025. He's the first pro rider off the dock here at Stop 1. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was an awesome first run right there, man. And pat on the back to Camden right there, man. He knows those riders that were behind him, and he really did come out swinging. We saw him stick a double back roll at the end of his first pass. Handcuffed, toe side, backside 7, heel side, or toe side 900. There's the double back roll, stomping it nicely. So, that's just enough to put some pressure on Shota. None of these guys have a cakewalk after watching that, and there it was right there. That looked like the Dum Dum 5 that he was going for and dropped the handle. So unfortunately, he had 2 falls on that. What a chaotic trick that is!
So chaotic, but so rad. We appreciate Camden really pushing it there in his first run. We're here at Marine Creek Reservoir in Fort Worth, Texas. Conditions are pretty money right now. It would be hot if the sun was out. We've got a little bit of cloud coverage.
Yeah, if it was yesterday, I heard it was like 100 degrees out here when all the boys were setting up the tents and getting everything ready to go for the first stop of the PWT. But definitely cooled down a lot. Definitely the wind's kind of backed off on, right now, which is kind of nice. I've heard there's supposed to be a little bit more wind later towards the finals. And maybe even possibly a little bit of rain. So get the goggles on, boys. Get the David Goggins goggles glasses.
Love it. All right, Camden's score coming in live, 62.67. I mean, the judges kind of have to keep it right in the middle for that first score of the day. You just don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, that's a good point. As a judge, the first guy, you have 4 other guys behind him. So you're going to give out a score kind of in the middle of the road to where you can go below or you can go above if need be. The worst thing is the first guy out the dock to just kill it, and you throw him like an 89,
Yeah.
and then everyone else, now you're trying to sandwich everyone above him, run it up to 100. But here we go, long-time veteran, the oldest guy on tour, Shota Tezuka right now. That just sounds crazy to say. Oh, and Shota making the same decision that we saw Ethan Price make. Opting, the wake was a little frothy right there. Shota, being the veteran that he is, backs off of that, cuts back out, and comes back in and completes the Chrome Up 540.
Just solid, and you think maybe there's a change in depth in that part of the lake or something where those guys are backing off that first trick.
Yeah, the boats could be just coming out of a turn, trying to get set down. Shota back-to-back 900s right there. Shota always really capitalizes on his spins. Really cool drone there from BT. Backside 720. So you saw Shota lay down some tech spins, couple tech tricks, and being the veteran that he is, he backed off that first trick. He kept his hair dry, and he got 4 stand-up tricks, which is all he can really hope for.
Yeah, he looked pretty stoked after that 7 last trick of his pass. Shota, I mean, this is just like, he's been doing this.
He really has, man. It's crazy to think, because when I was on, it wasn't too long ago, Shota was the youngest one on tour. So there he is. Looked like that was the backside 7. Really cool we get these Roswell replays up there. Thanks for the boys throwing up some replays and getting to watch it back. And here we go, Shota outside of that start buoy, coming back in, second pass. He does get a fall. Looked like a mute mob right there. That's a back roll with a front side 360, completing it. One of the first mobs ever done. Damn, is that a Pete Rose 540?
Shota just always stomping his tricks clean, too. He's making them look good. Not only are they technical and difficult, but really, really clean. And when you're riding with guys of this caliber, it comes down to those little details.
It really does. These judges are picking apart every part of these tricks. How well did he grab it? How well did he land it in a front mob? 540, solid. You see Shota slap in the water right there. You don't really see too much emotion out of Shota, whether he does good or bad. So I'm fired up to see Shota fired up right now.
You know, and that's something, coming out of last season, I think Shota kind of held back in a couple of contests. And I'd like to see him just push it and go for broke. I want to see this guy fired up. I want to see him pissed off when he falls, and I want to see him fired up when he stands up.
I think he wants it more than other. You know, as long as he's been riding them and the success he's had, I don't think Shota's ever won an actual Pro Tour stop. So I think that could be one of the ones that he's trying to check off. And right now, we got Camden Marsden down on the dock right now. Camden, how did it feel out there? First rider off the dock. You get the jitters out?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I had a fortunate fall. First straight coming back. Should have had it.
What was that? It was really far away. Was that the Dum Dum 540 that you were doing down there on the far side?
Yes, it was.
You almost had it. You tried it again. You almost had it last trick, falling down on the first trick or last trick of your first pass. But you still had some bangers in there. That double back roll into the first into the first pass looks sick.
Yeah, thank you.
How you think you got some heavy hitters behind it? How hard did you feel like you had to go on that one?
I felt like I had to go out. All of them usually stick a run. It'll be pretty hard to get by, but we'll see what happens.
Right on. Well, we were pretty stoked on your run, so congratulations either way. Potentially seeing you in the finals. Thanks a lot, Camden.
Thank you.
Yeah, Camden, way to show up, dude. You know, the youngest one on the dock, coming in first off the dock, first rider in the semis, and you got Shota, Corey, Thomas, and Gunther behind you, man.
Yeah, it's stacked.
That's the way to get thrown into the Lions pit right there, though.
Well, when you've got all these riders of this caliber, like we said, it's like you're riding in the finals just twice. You know, you can't hold back in the semis because all these other guys have been doing it for so long.
Yeah, 100%. Scores just in right now. Shota Tezuka with an 80.33 on top of Camden Marsden. So Camden sliding down to second. Shota Tezuka on top right now. And Corey Tunison next off the dock, man, right into the semifinals. This is going to be a fun day to watch. A lot of good wakeboarding coming up. And, man, Camden has a chance, man.
Hey, I'm stoked to watch him the rest of the season, too. It's always cool, getting some of those new faces with new tricks at the beginning of the year and going, hey, this could get interesting.
It really, he just popped the handle on and that was a Dum Dum 540. That's one of the more technical kind of tricks that you're going to see. So for the fact, and he just missed it barely. So think about if Camden makes that double back roll and then he doesn't fall on that, then he gets back to the dock with his hair dry, and then now you put that kind of pressure on Shota, Corey, Thomas, and Gunther.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm all about it.
So yeah, Camden sitting in second. We got Corey Tunison right now. How many Pro Tours is Corey running? Corey's, I think he has 4 overall Pro Tour titles.
At some point you just kind of lose count. He's got a few. We know that. 4-time Pro Wakeboard Tour champion.
5-time world champion. Dang, man. Yep, he's got all the accolades. Corey Tunison coming in. Heel side 900, textbook, putting it down, handcuffing into a wrap trick, wrap backside 720, kind of pushed through the wake on that. Not the best grab, but he didn't go down. Nuclear toe roll to blind. Corey's probably seeing what Camden did. Really making sure he's going to stand up there. A nice Melon Crow 5. Corey just breezing through that pass like the veteran that he is. Knows exactly what he has to do. Knows the trick he wants to lay down. And obviously not one little bit of a bobble from Corey Tunison on that first pass.
A true pro. We appreciate all you guys tuning in. I'm about to share this link and
nice.
Blow up the live stream.
There we go. Don't blow it up too
Let's
hard.
go.
Don't break down the servers.
Down.
Don't break down the servers now, Lex.
We're going viral.
All right, we got a replay. Roswell replay on Corey's first trick. Heel side, front side 900 right there. And just a bolt trick right there. A solid first trick right out of the gates. Letting the judges know, I came to play.
I'm still here, baby. Ain't going anywhere.
Boys, if we could get that replay of that last trick, you're cutting it off right as we come in. Let it breathe.
Let it breathe, baby.
Double cab roll, love it. Trick I invented off the double up years ago. I can't believe guys do it that easy off the wake nowadays. It seems like they can just get a horrible kick and still get that down. Toe side 900. So Corey Tunison starting it off. Double cab roll. Toe side, front side 900. Looks like he's coming back in. Switch mode 540 right there. Corey just teching out right there, showing you why he has 4 overall Pro Tour titles in his bag. And, you know, don't ever count out Corey Tunison. I don't care how old the guy gets, how tan he is. He's going to show up. He's going to lay it down. That's just the way it's going to be.
He is a bronze beauty. And he comes out here and does it like it's nothing. We love him. Great attitude. Great guy. Always has a smile on his face. But he is a menace out there on the water.
And it's pretty interesting. Him and Nick Rappa kind of like they have a little bit of a rivalry going on right now, going back and forth with some 2 Pro Tour titles over the year. So it's interesting that they're in 2 separate heats right now, because now if they both win this heat and then they're 1 and 2 off the dock in the finals, it's going to be good for some good buttered popcorn. Tell you that.
Pop it up, baby. Let's go. Here at Marine Creek Reservoir in Fort Worth, Texas. First stop of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour. We're so stoked to get this season underway with great conditions. And one of those guys showing off the great conditions is a veteran, Shota Tezuka. What up, Shota?
What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Man.
I'm out of the breath right now. Yeah.
You should be out of breath, man. You laid down 2 solid runs. You know, Shota, I'll be honest with you. I don't see too much emotion from you, whether you do very good or if you do bad. And I see you slapping the water out there after your second pass. I'm pretty psyched to see you that fired up and really just. It feels like you want it extra hard this year, possibly. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I missed grabbing the top spot on the last year on the tour, and then I know I had a hard hit, so I have to put some pressure down to the boys on the after me, and I do what I want in it. So I'm happy.
Yeah, you a little fired up after last season. I feel like, you might have left a little something on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to throw as much as possible, and yeah, that's what it is, and I just enjoy the moment.
Does getting second last year and being so close to getting the top spot in the off season, do you think about that, and does that change your mentality? Is that maybe the slapping in the water that we saw? No, but honestly, a little bit more fired up shooter. I'm tired of getting second. I'm coming for the top spot, boys. Is that the show that we're dealing with here right now?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go.
I mean, I was my mind before I ride, I was like, it's the conditions are pretty challenging. A little bit of rollers going on and some winds down there. So I know if I wanted to play, am I gonna play safe or I just gotta throw it down? And I know all the boys got the trick, so I just gotta go. Just
gotta throw it down, and you did.
Yeah.
We're stoked for you, Shota. Congratulations
you.
out there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Love it, man. Shota seems fired up, and I think a fired up Shota is a danger. I think
yes.
Shota in cruise control, he's a great rider. He's going to get there, but it's not the biggest threat. When Shota's a little upset about maybe the results of last year, the overall, maybe he's more fired up than we're giving him credit for.
And Parks, that score coming in and showing that Shota still hanging on to that top spot in this heat with Corey posting a 77.33. But we've got Thomas Herman on the water. Who knows what Thomas has up his sleeve?
And he starts off with the double back roll right off the back into the heel side 900, cuffing it up into a wrap. Looks like possibly KGB 540.
Boom.
Perfect there from Thomas Herman. Thomas, the first one to land the first ever triple flip on a wakeboard. And starting it off with the double. Really cool drone there from BT. Loving that.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas just coming up short on the double toe back roll. I know that's a trick that he has on lock, so I know he's got to be frustrated as hell that he just fell on that trick.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of got sucked down, hung up on the top of the wake there. But if anyone can pull out a toe side double back roll, it's Thomas. It doesn't matter how much pop he gets or how hung up he gets, but that was just a little too much.
It's true. I think he could do one off of a Sea-Doo if he wanted or something. But I think he could pretty much just find any. I've seen him do some double toe back rolls that were so low he probably could have just put his hand down in the middle of in the bubbles. But, solid first tricks there for Thomas. And there it is, just getting, it looks like he was had a hard time grabbing the grab. And it seems like once you can't grab that grab, you can't pull your rotation tighter, and you need to pull tighter. It's like a figure skater when they're spinning.
Centrifugal force.
Centrifugal force.
There you go. Got it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Got it. Thomas out there, 3 solid tricks going down on the last one, but it ain't over yet.
No, we saw Camden has a fall, so I believe top 3 go to the finals here.
Yeah, with a 6-man final.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And like we were saying, the format here in the semifinals is a little different than it'll be in the finals. These guys get 2 passes. They'll get picked up once. Second fall, they're done.
Yep, so they do get a fall on this, which is kind of nice in the semis. It allows you to go a little bit harder and makes you take some more risks on some tricks to try to get into the finals. In the finals, you have 2 runs, but you're not allowed to fall one time. Once you fall, that's the end of that run. Back to the dock. You get 1 more run after that, but no falls in the middle of your run. So in the semis, it allows you to kind of get loose with it. You're allowed to fall, get picked up by the boat like Thomas just did on his last trick on that double indie toe back roll. But Thomas is fired up, knows what he needs to do to get into this 3-man final. No room to slack. Gunther Oka behind him. Corey Tunison, solid run, sitting in second. And there's a 3-1 right there. A frontside 360, backside 180, coming back down, stopping the rotation halfway through. Looks like a new chromobe right there. Thomas Herman, a Moby Dick 540, really getting technical with it in this headwind, coming back on his second pass. Thomas, 1 more banger trick. He probably is going to need this to get into the final, and I think it's going to be the indie toe back roll again to prove to the judges he can do it.
Oh, yeah, just pulling it around. He got the grab that time. Maybe still not the perfect takeoff, but like we said.
Yeah, man, he's got to be psyched. Falling that on his first pass and then reiterating that to the judge that he can do that at the end of the second pass. It's going to be a tight one. I'm glad I'm in this seat with a headset on and not a pin in my hand like those judges. Corey Tunison down on the dock right now. We're going to send it down to him. Currently in second place behind Shota Tezuka. How do you feel about that score in the run compared to Shota?
What's up, boys? Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
And Alexa, what's going on? My bad. How are we? We're back. Another year, huh?
Yeah, we're live, dude. I love it. You got the headsets on right now. We're able to get in you as you're like fresh off the water and get in your head on how that went. And it feels like everything's just a lot more live, a little more behind the scenes here, a little bit more of a live pulse here.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's always a lot of fun coming back to the PWT every year. And we got another great stop this weekend. So looking forward to the day and see what all unfolds, eh?
You're always seeming very relaxed. Is this a front, or are you just that laid back and that confident?
It's definitely a front, for sure. I'm tweaking out right now. I mean, I don't know. I've been competing for over 10 years now, and I mean, I've seen so many different scenarios and so many different things. So like, at the end of the day, I just 5 minutes before I ride, I lock in and then try and go out and do my thing. And after that, it's all out of my control. So yeah, trying to enjoy these events a lot more and have fun and try and do well at the same time, I guess. I don't know.
Is that something that you've come to learn after winning the Pro Tour 4-time Pro Tour champion? Like you said, you're a 10-year vet right now. Do you feel like you were more stressed in the beginning, and now that you're getting a little bit older, you can kind of not say relax, but maybe just enjoy it and soak up the whole experience no matter how you finish?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I guess I'm just used to a lot of different things and seen a lot of different things over the years. And I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, when it does come down to when I do go to compete, I lock in and try and do my thing to the best of my ability. And then after that, I mean, you got to remind yourself every now and then we do live pretty crazy lives in this thing. It's actually pretty fun, we get to wakeboard for a living. So, yeah, I try to enjoy myself now and enjoy the little things in life a little bit more, while still trying to go out and do the best I can.
Well, you're an absolute weapon out there, dude. I mean, don't get it twisted. I don't think there's not too many guys that are as competitive or more competitive than you. So it's laid back and chill, fun go as it. Like you said, 5 minutes before you go, you lock in and all hell's about to break loose, and
Like I said, it's all a front, bro.
Well,
Is that a fake tan, Tony?
yeah, is that fake too? No. We appreciate your outlook, Corey. You're always positive and having fun, and that's how it should be. So cheers. We'll see you in the finals.
Yeah, mate.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
All right.
What a stud, eh?
Yeah, he really is a true stud kangaroo. Freedom.
Stud kangaroo. We've got Gunther out on the water first trick. Crow 5.
Yeah, basically a little opener trick for Gunther. Gunther really strategically in line. He probably knows exactly what everybody did there and knows exactly what he has to do. He's very rational in his decisions and really he has a deep bag of tricks. I feel he's capable. He can change his run halfway through. Wrap toe backside 720 right there, just showing you how technical he can spin and the diverse bag of tricks he had. We saw wrapped peak 5s, we saw wrapped toe back 7s, crow 5s. So, you know, Gunther's, he's capable of anything, and he's any scenario, any variable you throw at him, he's willing to take it on.
Yeah, he's super calculated, like you said, but always cool, calm, and collected. Like, you know he's thinking, that brain is working, and he's going through every scenario, and he's working through everyone else's run, but he's pretty relaxed out there.
That was a really cool drone there from B, too.
Yeah,
That's a little pan by it right there. Don't see that one too often. Wrap, nose grab, toe backside 720, so solid first pass there for Gunther, looking like he's really ready to solidify himself a spot into the finals. It looks like that could have been a heel side 900 where you clip the first part of that trick. Forgive me if I'm getting a couple of these wrong. Backside nose grab 720. Gunther, 2 more tricks to go. You'd have to think that he just, that could have left the door possibly open.
Gunther might have to throw something down here. He's cruising and looking comfortable and styling, but
He definitely did plan on that roll to revert. And now putting a little more of a pressure on himself on that last trick. Does not phase the Oka at all. Wrap KGB 540, putting it down with bolts. Just what he does. It's what he does.
it's just what he does.
Yeah, I guarantee you Gunther really won a top seed going into the final. He's a really strategic rider, and I feel he's able to look at a field and know what he needs to do. So I think he could put probably more pressure on himself in the semis to try to get that top spot. I think it's really critical for him if he wants to win to probably possibly get that last spot so we can see what he's got going in.
Yeah, Parks, and we've got our boy Thomas down here on the dock, fresh out of the water. Thomas, how you feeling?
Dude, feeling good. Unfortunately, I had to fall my 4th trick on the way down, but made a good recovery on the 2nd pass and came back to that trick and stomped it at the end. So, yeah, stoked my riding. Unfortunately, I had to fall, but all the birds were crushing and it's so much fun to ride out here with everyone.
Yeah, you had to show the judges you had to get back up on top of that double toe back roll. What happened on the first one? You just got hung up off the lip a little bit?
Yeah, I just went so early, got like no pop, and I thought I was gonna land on my face, but luckily made it to my board, but not quite enough.
I was telling Alexa, I've seen you do some toe back rolls that are so small you can pretty much hand drag into bubbles on some of those. So surprised you didn't pull that one out.
Yep, maybe next time.
How important is it to get the grab on that? We were talking about it, like, did he get hung up? Did he just miss the grab? Like, could you pull that out if you miss a grab?
Yeah, I've definitely done that a couple times in contests, which I'm always not very stoked on. You always do want to get the grab, but I have slipped the grab and just been able to grab my knee and save it, but definitely not what you want to do. But yeah.
How do you feel about your score going into the finals? You think you got a top 3 spot in there after watching Gunther go?
We'll see. We just checked. I think Shoda's in the lead, and then Corey, and then me, and then we saw Gunther just lay it down. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Even if we don't make it, excited to watch the boys rip in the finals.
You've had a pretty fun off season. You're pushing it on social media, having a lot of fun. Talk us, about your career. I mean, you've just kind of blown up the past couple years. You got to just be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, thank you. I've definitely had some fun taking the riding more serious and really focusing on this contest. But I also have a big passion for making videos and kind of sharing my journey in this career. So it seems to be people are liking it. So I'm just gonna keep on doing it.
Ride the wave, baby.
Yeah, Thomas.
Thank you.
All right, cheers.
You see it.
Yeah, PB. Semifinal, Heat 1.
Up to the judges now. I don't know what's really going to happen after the Gunther score. It could. It's the way I'm possibly thinking is that maybe Gunther possibly pushed him off the into fourth spot, which means that Thomas wouldn't make the finals. I'm super unofficial. I'm just shooting from the hip on this one right now. But yeah, I think the judges, for the fact that we don't have a live score up right now, I think the judges are actually working on this and trying to figure it out.
They're going to work on it, and we're going to head to commercial. We'll have those scores for you right when we get back.
The kid, I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill, every moment an opportunity. Own the water. Own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important and see what you've been missing.
Alexa and PB here at Stop 1 of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Superboats. Parks just wrapped up semifinal Heat 1 for Pro Wakeboard. We've got one of our heavy hitters down there in the dock, Gunther. How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, we're doing good. We just wrapped up a fun little session on the water, and I think if the scores came in correctly, I'm advancing to the final, so freaking stoked.
Yes, you are, buddy. 79, second place out of Heat number 1. How are you feeling out there? You were looking cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, really, and taking it one trick at a time. But I'm super stoked, you know, just dusting off the cobwebs at the first event of the year always feels super good. And the wake's juice, the riders are all killing it. The site's insane. So, you know, I think once the second heat unfolds, we're in for a really good final.
If you're riding it like halfway through your run and you think that you're probably going to get second or third in the semis, how is it critical for you? I feel like you're lethal being last off the dock. I feel like how much is like semis? How much do you want to finish in the top seed in the semis going into the finals? Is that critical for you?
Dude, I mean, that's the best part about going into the final is that you can leave it all in the water, right? So it's like no matter if I'm first off the dock, last off the dock, I think the end goal and what I'm going to do out there is going to be the same. So it's more about just making it through and getting that opportunity to ride again.
Right on. Well, you are going to get that opportunity, so we can't wait to watch you throw it down in the finals. Thanks, Gunther.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Right on, Parks. We've got Hunter Smith, our first rider in heat number 2 of Pro Wakeboard. Off the dock.
It's got some wild tricks going down there. Starting off with a wrapped Pete Rose 540 that looked wild, man. I love how the diversity in the Pete Rose 540s on how they can look, man. They are all over the place from his to Gunther's, and I mean even traditionally how Byerly invented the trick originally. It's so far. It's come so far.
Yeah, and if I saw that correctly going down on the chromo, that trick's gotten a few people today.
Yeah, man, you never know, dude. The chromo, it can be a tough one. Crazy thing, I invented that in 1997 back in the day, and then it's pretty crazy to see how many people are still doing chromos, and not only that, now you're seeing crow 5s, crow 7s, even crow 9s. Like it's pretty, and double crows. So you're seeing like, you know, Pedro Callis, he does a double chromo like off the kicker and stuff. So it's crazy to see how far that genre of a tricks came.
It's a classic. It's a PB classic. Love it. You know, we've got these fans going, so it might look a little breezy on the live stream, but it's pretty classy out there on the water. The conditions are pretty money.
Yeah, it can get windy here. It's a really protected kind of venue. We've got trees, big trees on each side and a huge hill. So unless the wind kind of comes from one direction, it can be kind of protected here. I think we've been really fortunate so far with the wind direction. Maybe a 5 mile an hour, possible 10 mile an hour gust, like blowing straight down the lake, meaning that these guys have a tailwind pass and a headwind pass. And it may not seem like that matters, but the rope tension on your tailwind passes is a lot easier to kind of manage. And sometimes when you ride into a headwind, the wind's pushing against you. So it makes a lot of the tricks and get in the handle tricks that you want to get a lot harder to kind of complete. So you might see some of the tech veteran guys maybe throwing some of their more technical tricks, the harder tricks in their first pass to have the tailwind and then kind of cruise it back to the dock on their second run.
Yeah, and you know, someone like Hunter Smith, maybe not as much competition experience as these other guys on the water, so he might just be going out there and I've got 8 tricks, this is what I'm doing, doesn't matter what the conditions, this is how it's going down. But here in the semifinals, they do get the opportunity to get picked up one time. So fall number 1, you're getting a pickup, fall 2, you're done, but even with that pickup, still time to fit in 8 tricks if it all works out right.
Yeah, and really, to Hunter's defense, he doesn't have any room to go easy or slack off here at all. You know, starting off nose grab, heel side 720, and just going down. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes that headwind can create just enough rope tension to where that last handle pass can be tough to get, and that's exactly what we saw right there from Hunter. But you know, props to him. He saw the list of riders that are behind him: Luca Kidd, Noah Wildman, Maxine Rowe, and Nick Rappa. You know, he's got to go as hard as he possibly can. So everything to win, nothing to lose. Go out there and get it. Congrats, Hunter, making it this far into the semis, man. Pumped for you.
Yeah, as we're sitting here, I'm thinking we've got like Fort Worth and Texas has a pretty dope wake scene. We've been coming to Dallas area for wake contests for decades.
It is crazy how long. It seems like every year that we were on tour, we always had a tournament or a nationals or awards, a world, something in Texas. You know, it's such a heartbeat of the wakeboard community. So it's not a real pro tour unless you get through Texas at some point.
That's
and
right.
Get on down here. So
that's right, here in the Marine Park Reservoir in Fort Worth. Stop number 1 of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour. We're stoked to be back, and you know what? I'm kind of digging this live stream.
it is. It's kind of like nicer, a little not as intense, and allows us to kind of just like sit back and kind of really talk about like what the riders are feeling, talk about the site, talk about just has a little bit more of a behind the scenes kind of like feel here, not as pressured to kind of like just announce the wakeboard runs. You know, I think that wakeboard contests are so deep. It's really cool to get into the psyche and what these riders are kind of maybe thinking, feeling about conditions, riding against their friends, you know, as good as they want to do. You know, everyone's riding against a lot of their friends here. We got Luca Kidd from La Familia. So sometimes that can work for you or it can work against you. You know, I remember riding with a pointless crew back in the day. It was always nice that we had like 7 of our friends on the dock that had the camaraderie and really just want us to win. And I can see that in La Familia. You know, they have so many of their friends supporting them. As long as one of the homies wins, they all win. So you can kind of see that and feel that. And as a rider, it makes you, it motivates you. It gives you a little bit more confidence than sitting on the dock kind of by yourself.
Yeah, you know you want that win, not just for yourself, but for your squad. Luca Kidd coming in, second rider off the dock in this heat number 2. Big ol'.
Nice little chrome up there, stuck it
Big
down
ol'
that time.
chromo.
We saw that trick take down a lot of people, but not Luca. Backside 720, late grab there right before he landed. Luca wrapping up, not taking much time to get into that wrap position. Oh, and a 180, so now he's coming in, heel side. Wrap heel side 720, front side spinning. Luca, no stranger to the wrapped up sometimes, but, and there it is. I looked like maybe it has a wrap Moby Dick. I couldn't really see the end of that one, but I know Luca's hair's dry. He's got a new do right now. Luca going for that Patty Pimpleton Pimblett kind of hairdo right now. Bang straight across. I'm digging it.
You never know with Luca.
Yeah, that's the damn truth.
You never know, and like you said, we might have missed that last trick, but it's because we're watching on the drone 6 shots here from BT, our drone pilot extraordinaire, and your brother Shane getting the angle from the boat. We appreciate those guys delivering the shots so we can see all the action.
It is kind of the best view in the house right there. BT's just right over his shoulder. I like to call this video game, Sean Murray video game angle right here.
Totally.
A crazy roll to blind there. It looks like a mute roll to blind, which is not the typical kind of grab you see on that, making it a little bit more difficult. Luca maybe looking like he kind of maybe bailed something right there, so maybe he saw Hunter Smith. Toe backside 720. Luca still staying technical. One more trick to go.
All right.
Heel side 720. Luca throwing the claim up in the air right now. Will it be enough to get into the finals? We're not really know. Probably enough to get over to Hunter Smith, but we will find out. Hunter Smith down on the dock right now. How you doing, brother? How'd that feel?
Pretty good. You know, had 2 unfortunate falls there. Super pumped to make it to semis. Luca just killed it. He definitely beat me. But we'll watch the other boys here and see how it goes.
Yeah, and it's the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour, so it's got to feel good just to kind of get one under your belt.
Yeah, totally. Last year I didn't make it through any qualies, so super happy to make it to semis and be in the top 10 at least. And yeah, pumped for the next one. Gonna go give it my all again.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was just pumped to see the fact that you made it to this far into the finals and you're swinging for the fences against the big dogs right here. That's kind of all you can hope for. Everything to win, nothing to lose, man. That's kind of like a good spot to be in. It seems like you're improving every year. Keep it going, man, because I think you maintain it, dude. You'll be breaking into the finals and getting in the mix.
Thanks, Parks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and you're representing Canada. What does your off season look like? Were you getting some good riding in?
Yeah, this winter was my first time staying in Orlando for the whole thing, so I've been riding all winter and getting better at this wakeboarding thing. And I guess it proved yesterday because I got through a round finally.
There you go. It paid off. The winter in the city, beautiful, paying dividends.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's all about that.
Right on. Well, we're super stoked for you, Hunter. Congratulations on making it to the semis. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's fun, Parks.
Yeah, I'm pumped for him, man. He's got to be psyched for that.
Yeah, we see these guys who regularly make it to the finals, and they're disappointed if they don't. But it's so great to see those guys who are like, they're just stoked to be here.
You see all the hard work they put in. Like he said, man, he chased this tour down all last year and didn't make it through a quali. So for the fact that he's stop number 1, 2025, already made it through a quali. He didn't do that one time last year. He's got to be psyched. This has got to be a big W and a victory for him in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for sure. Making the big move from Canada down to Orlando, Florida, kind of the industry hub for all things wake.
And we got some scores coming in right now. Luca Kidd on top with an 80, just over top of Hunter Smith with 26, not just over, well over, but 26.7 for Hunter Smith with the 2 falls. Luca, a nice solid score of 80. But you know what? Only 3 go through. 2 people are not going to be riding. And you know what? If I have a dark horse pick, these next 3 riders are going to be loose, man. There's some heavy hitting wakeboarding coming up right now.
For sure. It's a battle out there right now. We've got Noah Wildman coming off the dock.
Yeah, we just saw his brother Bo in the Wakesurf, the Pro Wakesurf semis, and Bo said he didn't actually make the semis, but Noah showing up for the Wildmans, wrapped up first trick, coming in 3rd rider off the dock, wrap backside 720, maybe a slight case, but powering through, wrapping up again. You see all the different ways that guys wrap up. Whoa, that was a crazy little shifty to get that going. Looked like a shifty toe backside 720. So Noah coming to play right now. Double back roll and just going down, man. That's frustrating. You know, having those 2 first tricks going so good for you to just get off the wake and get hung up a little bit and come up short. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, super frustrating. You know, Luca just standing up 2 solid runs. It's a lot of pressure coming into this. Let's check the replay here for Noah. Man, there's that stalled out, that shifty. Sometimes you gotta really yank it to get it going.
You gotta get up to get down sometimes. Yeah, it looks like he just got hung up. I couldn't really tell off the wake, but if you can get off of the wake clean on those back rolls, typically you'll see the guys make it. But you know, you're at the mercy. It's a trick, and once you commit to it, you're already in for the ride. So off the top of the wake, if you go for it, you got to squeeze it all the way to the end. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Noah possibly try this at the end of a second pass. I feel like this is one of the harder tricks that he's doing in his run. So I feel like this is important for him to prove to the judges that he can do this.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, it's a waiting game on those double flips. And being in a contest, sometimes we're prone to going a little bit early. We saw Thomas Herman do that toe side double back roll just a little early, get hung up. So
the jitters will get you like that. Sometimes the jitters, your heart's moving, everything's moving a little faster than it is in practice, and a lot of times you'll come off the wake a little quick, or something's just not as cruisy for you. So KGB there to round out the end of his first pass for Noah Wildman. 1 fall on the double back roll, but still had some banger tricks. Toe backside 7, wrap backside 7, KGB. So he's got some room to make up if he's going to make this finals. I'm going to be straight up with y'all right now. With Maxine and Nick Rappa going behind you, and Luca already laying down an 80. You have absolutely 0 run, only 3 go through. So no room for slack right now, and I think Noah knows that he has to go for broke.
that's right. We'll see what he can do. This is the second semifinal heat of the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour this season. Noah Wildman.
Handle pass 3-1 right there, and just going down. Doing that trick back into the headwind can kind of be tough, man. If you look at some of the flags, they're all kind of like blowing down the lake. So that's one of those tricks that I was talking about that can be tough, and you can kind of get caught up if the rope tension's a little too hard for you. So unfortunate fall there. 2 falls for Noah Wildman. I don't think that's going to be around the same score for him and Hunter Smith. Luca on top with an 80, and Maxime Rowe and Nika Rappa to go right now. And down on the dock, one of the best interviewers on the planet in the wakeboard community, Luca Kid. How are you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing pretty good, Pugs. You know, I didn't blow it. I didn't fall. So, you know, that's always a great start. I'd say I'm pretty happy with how today's going, you know. Got a little bit more in the tank. I played it safe and ready to just go absolutely wild in finals, to be honest.
Yeah, you seem pretty fired up. You know, decent season last year, but it's got to feel good to stand up that first semifinal run here in the Pro Wakeboard Tour.
Yeah, no, it felt really good. It felt really, really good to just land 8 tricks, you know where I'm good, where I'm not good, and have a bit more in the tank for finals, and just, you know, just start the day off well. We had a mint night at the Kid Rock and Rodeo last night, which was off its head. You know, it was fun as. You know,
heard y'all rolling on the Rocker Steiner coattails last night.
Yeah, we did. We were. I mean, I didn't go too brazy, you know, because I had to wakeboard today. I only had a couple banquets.
Well, man, it looks like you had a solid semis. I'm interested to see what's going to go down in the finals. Your hair's flipped up right now. Let's see it straight down. Let's see that Patty Pimblett kind of straight down.
Oh, I have to do it in the morning after
there
the
it
shower.
is.
You like that?
Okay, all right.
You know, yeah, new hair saved me.
All right, Luca, we love you, man. Can't wait to see you in the finals. Let's go, baby. Take them all down.
Cheers. I'll give it a solid crack. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
God, you gotta love an interview. Good old classic interview by Luca Kidd.
We got to have our sensors on
Yeah,
the button just in case. You never know what you're going to get with Luca, but
put the delay on that one.
yeah, right. But he always keeps it interesting, and we just love the characters that we see on tour. That's what it's all about, is having some fun out here, and playing, like he said, he's riding his game. He's not changing it up. He's
Right.
like, I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. I'm going to go out there and do what I do best, and he did.
New hair, same me.
New hair, same Luca, for better or for worse.
Well, next on the water, we got Maxime Rowe, dude. I'm telling you, I just went down to Winter Haven. I rode with the La Familia crew the other day, and this kid is, if there's a dark horse that I'm putting my money on, it's Maxime. I don't want to put too much pressure on him right now, or the announcer's curse, but I'm telling you, he is on fire right now. He is ripping. He's determined, from France, absolutely killing it. Unique tricks like that, man. Switch, it looked like seatbelt heel mob right there. So Maxime is capable of all kind of crazy tricks. Even if he has to bail on one, I think it's smart. Instead of going for a Crow 5 there with a bad kick, I think opting out of that, not falling, is pretty key, considering Hunter Smith goes down. Noah Wildman has 2 falls. Both of them have 2 falls. It's kind of a cakewalk into the final. I don't think you're going to see Maxime go too hard here or do anything too crazy. Although I'm telling you, he's capable.
Yeah, you know what I just thought of, Parks? We've got 5 riders here in heat number 2 of 5 different countries.
Oh, I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, we got Canada, Australia, America, France. I guess 2 Australians there. But it's still super fun to see the diversity, and of course, having a French rider on tour is always fun too, representing Europe, and the different styles that come with that. Like personalities are different, and it shows on the water as well. It keeps it super fun.
Yeah, it's cool to see the diversity and the riders just spread out geographically across the world, man. It looked like a Moby Dick 540 there for Maxime coming back in toe side, second pass. Glitching out. There's I think the Crow Mo 540. It glitched the first part of that trick, but it looks like he bailed on that. Oh no, there's the Crow 5. So he bailed on that first run, got it, locked it down on the second pass. And Maxime really just knowing he just wants to get to the final. He has a deep bag of tricks right now. Just casing on that toe side 900, but you know what? I believe Maxime knows that he's into the finals with the falls of Noah Wildman and Hunter Smith. Smart, strategic riding from Maxime.
Absolutely. We've got Noah Wildman down on the dock. Noah, first contest of the Pro Wakeboard Tour season. How do you feel?
Yeah, man, I'm so happy right now.
It's on. You're live, baby.
Sorry, I couldn't hear myself. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. I came back from a pretty intense surgery on my stomach last year, and I'm feeling really good right now. I'm just super happy to be here. Stoked to win my heat yesterday in quarterfinals, and yeah, now I know what I need to do when I get back home, and I'm gonna be training really hard and working with my brother. And the day's not over. Bo's got some wake surfing to go, so I'm just stoked for everyone. All glory to God, and yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah, the Wildman's diversified out there. You guys are covering some ground in both the wake surf and wakeboard disciplines. How fun is it to be able to compete with your brother by your side?
Oh man, it's a dream for sure. I've always dreamt of this, him coming up in junior pro, and yeah, I always make jokes with him like, yo, I'm gonna beat you next one. Yesterday I got a higher score than him, so a little punch in the face. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna use that motivation the next one. But overall, we just love riding with together, and it's just great pumping each other up.
How much older are you than him?
He's just turned 20, and I'm 23, so just 3 years.
It's a good little gap right there. Interested to see the brothers get after it. We were just talking about how many boards you have to travel with at every Pro Tour stop you go to. You're probably bringing surfboards, skimboards, wakeboards, probably bringing foil. You probably got your wing dinghy in case it gets wingy. You probably got it all, huh?
Yeah, man, we got everything. We always try to travel with one board bag for it to be a little bit cheaper, but if there's going to be some wind, we'll throw a foil in there and maybe a wing or a kite or something. But, this time, we brought 2 wakeboards and a skimmer, and it's been doing pretty well. So we're pretty stoked on that.
That's what I was telling Lex, is that anytime it's windy, you and Bo live on my lake, where I live on y'all's lake, and dude, anytime it's windy, you boys are out there winging, kiteboarding, windsurfing. You do it, whatever you take advantage of the lake on any conditions, and I give props to that.
Yeah, man, we totally froth on it. If it's super windy or super glass out, there's something for us to do. So we love to sail too on the catamaran. So
take me out,
of course.
Yeah. Take me out sometime, dude. Come on,
we'll pick you up.
Let's
for
go.
Sure. It's so fun out there though. We get some nice gusts and fun to kite and everything. But yeah, overall just stoked right now. It's been great. The season's been awesome. Great starter. So.
Right on. Well, we're super stoked to have both you and your brother on tour with us. Congrats on making it to the semifinals, and we'll see you the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, Noah.
Cheers. Nick Rappa has entered the chat.
Yeah, Nick Rappa on the water right now. Last rider off the dock in the heat number 2 in the semifinals of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour. And this is a contender that shows up every year after year, battling back and forth overall Pro Tour titles with Corey Tunison. And Nick Rappa coming in, heel mob 540 on the first one, locking down that mute grab. He has that trick in the bag. I don't think I've ever seen Nick fall on that trick in the last 6 years.
It'd be interesting to hear when the last time he fell was on that.
You
might have to ask him in the interview.
Yeah, it's been a while, I'm sure of that. Nick coming back in, double cab roll. Man, it's so crazy how light he comes into that with his edge and just flicks that thing, gets it around, hitting transition. Indie Moby Dick right there, really cool. In my mind, if you're going to do Moby Dick, that's the way to do it. There is no other way. Nick does that great. Love to watch it, and that's just showing you why Nick Rappa is Nick Rappa. Strong, confident, and precise, man.
Yeah, very, like you said, confident. He knows what he's capable of doing. Very serious. Loves the competition. He's here for the W every single time.
Yeah, man. And as far as he travels, he's putting the time he puts into it. He wants to get after it, man.
Huge.
And there is it's either win or nothing for him. I don't think he's super psyched with getting second or third. He's won enough contests to where his inner bar within himself is to win the event, or it's not a success. And maybe he is looking for overall titles, but he's so damn competitive to where he wants to win every time, and rightfully so, because when you're riding this good, why wouldn't you want to win? There it is, one of the hardest double flips you're going to see today, the double tantrum. Man, that is such a powerful, hard trick. You got to have a lot of strength and a lot of confidence to pull that one off. Super technical, more of a finesse trick right there. A toe side blind Pete Rose. That's a toe back roll with a backside 360. And Nick Rappa just a mute Pro 540 to wrap it up, and that's why you see him make final after final after final. Nick Rappa showing you why he's a multiple-time Pro Tour champion.
He's got it on lock. Down on the dock, though, we've got Maxime Roux. Maxime, first Pro Wakeboard Tour contest under your belt. How'd it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I rode pretty good yesterday, actually very good, and then today was a bit less good, but still enough to make it through the finals, so stuff on that.
Yeah, man, I was just after watching Noah and Hunter Smith go down with 2 falls. Did that kind of just take did you go out there as more of just a walkthrough for the finals, knowing that you were almost guaranteed to make the finals? As long as you don't fall twice, you're probably going to make it. Did it change your mindset in looking at the finals on that run, knowing that it was kind of like an easy shoe-in?
Yeah, a little bit. But when that happens, it's almost a little too easy, and you don't want to fall twice early. So after a couple of tricks, you get your flow going, you're more comfortable. So
right,
that's good. And yeah, after the first pass, I was pretty confident.
Well, I'm pumped to see what you're going to do in the finals. I was just telling Alexa and the crew here and everyone watching the live stream that I was just down in Winter Haven riding with La Familia, and the set that you took the other day was pretty damn impressive, man. You're my dark horse pick going into the finals, man, so I'm excited to see what's going to go down and see how it goes for you.
Yeah.
Pumped to see it. Go get it, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. It's going to be sick.
All right, cheers, Maxime.
Thank you.
Soft-spoken too, but man, he can be a menace on the water.
I'm telling you, soft-spoken words is right, but yeah, he's capable. He's got a big bag of tricks, and not only that, the way he does his tricks, he does them so proper. Like, he really does his 3-to-1s. He's like grabbing it. He's really finishing the rotation, rewinding it back, and you can just see like even like the nuclear like mode that he did. He's really switching up his grabs. He's really adding some different flair to it, and I think the judges are going to love it. The riders love it. I love it. So let's go, Maxime.
Put a little French twist.
Put a little season on that thing. Put a little fromage on that.
There you go. Yeah.
Jambon fromage.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ham and cheese. Baguette.
I'm getting hungry.
Now I'm hungry.
Can we get a couple baguettes on set, please?
Baguettes in Texas.
Yeah, baby.
Get them tacos. But yeah, we're just wrapped up Heat 2. Nick Rappa laying down a solid 2 passes right there. I think that's going to set up a good setup for the last heat coming in the semifinals. More heavy hitters to come. Possibly throw it to the commercial. Oh no, let's talk to Nick Rappa before I do that. Wrap it up with Rappa.
There you go. We'll Rappa it up.
Nick Rappa, pull that microphone down. Oh yeah, you got a handheld one.
Right on, Nick. A very Nick Rappa performance out there. How'd it feel, man? It looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was unreal. The guys went out before me and kind of a couple safe runs, and a couple people didn't have the runs they wanted. I've just been feeling strong, so I just wanted to do what I knew I could do, and yeah, absolutely loving that 2025 Super Boats SA Wake.
Nice, man. Look good out there. Hey, when you're riding in the semis and you saw everyone go before you, I asked a couple other riders this, how important is it to get top seed, being that you're such a competitive kind of soul, and you're very smart, very rational, very strategic? You know, does getting the top seed going into the final, is that very important to you, and do you squeeze a little harder in the semis to assure that?
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. To have the advantage of potentially being off the dock last and being able to watch everyone before you is absolutely huge. I try and be very calculated with how I ride, and all I got to do is win by that much. So yeah, it was huge that I got the win then, and I'm pretty sure I'm last off the dock for the final.
Love it.
For my couple of rides for the final now. So yeah, that plays a big part of it for sure.
Sick. Well, you are an absolute competitor, very strategic, but crush it on the water. So we're looking forward to your finals run. Thanks a lot, Nick.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. You know what? It's good to see him with a smile on his face.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Sometimes he gets in the groove and gets his head down and kind of see outside the competitive blinders, but sometimes. But I think Corey and him's both been on tour long enough to start like, man, you gotta enjoy this. This won't last forever. Enjoy it no matter what the results, but he wants to win. Don't get it twisted. He wants to win.
He wants to win. We're going to see what goes down in finals later on today. We've got some scores coming in. Nick, Luca, and Maxime all going through to that pro men final.
Yeah, and this is just heat number 2. One more heat to go right now. We have one more heat in the semis, and then we're on to the finals, and we're going to throw. Is that the final right now?
That's it.
Oh, that is it. I take that back. All right, well, straight to commercial.
2 semifinal heats down, and we'll catch you when we get back.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You ain't on the point of fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill, every moment an opportunity. own the water, own the adventure, power your passion with Inmar's Raptor Series, and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important. And see what you've been missing.
All about business.
Hey Wake fans, if you own a business and your website isn't driving your best leads, you need Bonsai. We build blazing fast sites and help brands dominate online with SEO and advertising. There's a reason the Pro Wake Tour, Super Boats, Regulator Marine, and Jayco RV work with us. We drive results. And we can do the same for you. Ready to level up? Visit bonsaimediagroup.com and let's build something that wins.
Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fame, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know who we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here, ain't stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill, every moment an opportunity. Own the water, own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important and see what you've been missing.
Hey, Wake fans, if you own a business and your website isn't driving your best leads, you need Bonsai. We build blazing fast sites and help brands dominate online with SEO and advertising. There's a reason the Pro Wake Tour, Super Boats, Regulator Marine, and Jayco RV work with us. We drive results. And we can do the same for you. Ready to level up? Visit bonsaimediagroup.com and let's build something that wins.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fame, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill. Every moment an opportunity. Own the water. Own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fame, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill. Every moment an opportunity. Own the water. Own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important. And see what you've been missing.
Welcome back. First stop of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Superboats. We're coming at you live from Fort Worth, Texas. Alexis Score here with the one and only Parks Bonifay.
Literally live stream this year.
I know,
liked
it's great.
Corey Tunison's dad just came up to me. He goes, "Mate, I came over here because you didn't have a live stream, and now you got a live stream. I could have stayed home."
I think we owe him like $3,000 for the flight or something. It's good to have him here.
Yeah, it's good to have a live stream. I like the feel of this. You know, we got our own nice little casual set here. Overcast day, some fans, and I don't know. It just feels like we're getting interviews with the riders right as they get off the water. I really like just the flow of it and everything. It really feels candid and kind of nice.
Well, yeah, we're giving you a live look as if you were here at the event. What's going on? We're getting interviews with the guys with their hair still wet. It's just, you know, it's what wakeboarding is. This is water sports, baby. This is boating. We gotta be having fun.
That's rule number one first with boating. If you ain't having fun, get back on shore.
Get lost. Swim in.
But yeah, we're through the semis right now and the Pro Wakesurf, and we got wind blowing some stuff around. But yeah, we're through the semis and Pro Wakesurf and the Junior Pro and the Pro Men Wakeboard, and on to the finals where we go. We're doing the stimulation passes right now with the boat out there, making sure all the water conditions are the same. But straight off the dock, we got Donnie Cyril. Was that right?
Yeah, Donnie Searle. And like you were saying, you know, conditions are money out there. We're at Marine Creek Reservoir here in Fort Worth, Texas. Nice deep lake, but protected.
Yeah.
We've got some overcast, so it's not too hot right now. Wind has died down. Like, really all you could ask for in conditions for a wake contest, because they're not always great.
Hey, yeah, it's true. You never know what you're going to get. We've ridden in some pretty rough conditions over my time on the Pro Tour, but we actually used to come back to this one, to this site right here, probably about 20 years ago or so. It's pretty crazy how time flies, but yeah, this site is actually really unique and nice, man. It's a really deep lake. It's kind of been like a little canyon, so the boat really allows it to sit as deep as it possibly can, allowing that wake to get up, because what you push down, you get back up in the wake. So, and that, like you said, it's overcast, light wind coming straight down the lake, but I thought that what people were saying that it was supposed to get a little bit more windy, a little bit more rainier later. So we're looking at some pretty decent conditions right now. I think all the riders from the juniors, Wakesurf, and the Pro are all licking their chops to get out there and get the finals going.
Yeah, it's going to be a stacked finals as it normally is. We're getting things started here with the Pro Wakesurf finals. Off the dock first is Danny Searle. He's coming out of New Hampshire.
Oh, Donnie from New Hampshire. Yep, if he wasn't a wake surfer, he would want to be a filmer. So I think that's two good passions to have. If you're the wake surfer and filmer, I think. Whoa, what a crazy looking 360 that was! A little power slide 360. Forgive me. And just going down. Looked like he did a 3 shove up on the face, and maybe a 3 shove in the flats, and just slipping out on that one.
Yeah, just getting a little ahead of himself. I think he's stoked to be out there and being the first Pro Wakeboard Tour of the season. Sometimes we're rushing things.
I mean, it seems like with Wakes, well, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So here it is. Yeah, 3 shove up top, 3 shove in the flats, and he just landed in sideways, and it looks like it just got a little wet there for him. Hit a wet spot and went.
Yeah, a little too much weight on the back foot on the takeoff, and if you take off back foot heavy, you're coming down back foot heavy on that trick. Here in
what kind of format are we looking at?
The finals, we're looking at no falls.
No falls. So this is exactly like the Wakeboard Pro Final here, correct? So no falls. So they get 2 runs.
I'm taking that back.
Taking it back?
First, 1 fall on your first pass ends the run. So you get a second pass. The run is over.
Okay, yeah, so you do get 2 runs. But so you just 1 down as 1 run. and if you fall, then you just get picked up. That run is actually done because you did fall, but now you get a second run coming back.
Correct. Yep.
And they're taking their best score of those 2 runs, correct? I believe so.
We're about to find out, Parks.
You know, that's the beauty of having live scores here today. A lot of times you don't have live scores, but we're going to find out. No anticipation, no waiting on the scores. We're right back into it. And Donnie back on the water, doing it for the Northeast. You don't see a lot of athletes come out of the Northeast of the country. Not water sports, not a lot of sales and stuff up there, but Donnie showing you he's going to solidify that trick.
Coming back, he's got to make up some ground here after going down on that first pass early on. Back big spin. Cruising clean.
Yep, waiting for some rollers right there.
Oh, man, going down on that 5 shove, and that's his favorite trick, according to the sheet.
Yeah. I'm looking at the 5 shove and favorite trick right above that.
Maybe not anymore.
Maybe not anymore. We're going to get some white out, put it over that. Yeah, he's... can't be too pumped with the 5 shove right now. But it is crazy how easy he just flicks that thing around. I almost thought it was a 3 shove. And forgive me right now if there are some wake surf tricks that I do not call completely accurate. It's going to happen. And I might make up a few of my own names for these tricks according to how I see it and how I feel about it.
You know what? We'll battle through it, but I would like you to get called out on the live stream. I want to see some comments.
Yeah, if you're not liking my wake surf analogy, you can comment and say, "Hey, Parks, that wasn't a big spin. That was the biggest spin ever. You should get it straight." Like, I don't know. So I might drop a knick-knack, patty-whack, give a dog a bone. We don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what kind of tricks we're going to see. Seems like the wake surf tricks get just crazier and crazier every year. More flickage, more things. Looks like some real shin killers, if you ask me. That's what I'm going to name my first wake surf trick if I ever have one.
The shin killer.
The shin killer 590.
Nothing like a good shinner just tearing up your shin, right?
Or maybe I'm the first wake surfer that wears shin guards because they know how gnarly my 900 shoves are or something.
You know, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Let's not.
To each their own.
But let's not put a ceiling on anything either on the A-tire of what we're going to be wearing in the future of our water sports. Donnie, Cyril, we're going to wait on the live scores coming in here. We're getting the first rider in the final, the first stop of the PWT here in Fort Worth, Texas.
How great is it to have shots like this, though? Think about, wakeboard contests 20 years ago. You weren't watching an aerial shot, live shot from a drone. So this is just so sick. Not to date ourselves or anything, but but things have come a long way in a short period of time. And it's, we've got BT out here flying the drone, getting us some money shots. We've got your brother Shane in the boat, getting us a live shot from the boat point of view.
It is crazy how far it's come. We used to, the amount of money we'd spend on helicopters to get the same kind of angle that you're just seeing right here. Thank God for drones, man.
Yes, sirree. We've got Bo Wildman out here, the second in our Pro Wakesurf Final. Bo and his brother both competing out here today. His brother competing, we just watched him in the Wakeboard Semifinal. All right, Bo, laying down some tricks.
Bo really getting after it. A couple pop shoves, the body barrel, front side 3 shove, back big spin. Straight into that. Bo really just linking this run up together, man. Oh, and just, man, you know what? If y'all want to chime in on that trick, it looks like he just got snagged up on it right now. We saw Ice Cream Man roll through. Sorry,
Dang.
Bo. Sorry, everyone that's watching the wake surfing, but, we got live action going down here at the Pro Tour stop. We're not in an indoor studio. We're actually on site right here. People walking by. Ice Cream Man's rolling by. We can hear the boats. We hear the drones. 540 big spin? Is that? Can I?
I was still looking at the ice cream truck.
Yeah. Maybe have a back bigger spin if I'm shooting from the hip on that one. And that's a first run. That fall didn't really come later in the run for Bo. And keep in mind, you get 2 runs, and they have nothing to do with each other. So going down, if you fall, that's your first run. Bo didn't fall to the very end, so he got a solid, probably pretty good score on his first run. Now, one more run going back. And keep in mind, it has nothing to do with the first run. They get 2 separate runs. Take your best one.
That's right. And really, this long sight just allowing for a ton of tricks when it comes to wake surfing. And these guys are doing them so fast and stringing them together like that. So They can crank out a dozen or so tricks.
It is
in
interesting
one
to see how
pass.
fast they go. Like, it's almost like trick skiing and water skiing. Like, they almost have like a time set of buoys. You have like a little bit of real estate that you can get your tricks in, and they just start flowing. There's the faster you do it, the more it probably benefits you because you're getting more tricks underneath your belt. But here we go. Bo Wildman, second run. I wonder how similar it's going to be to his first pass, you know? Not at all similar.
And it's not.
Big judo air to start. Air backside 360. Oh, frontside air reverse. Love that. I've been trying to do that my whole career wake surfing. Still can't do it.
There's still time.
Yeah, Bo, linking it all together. But keep in mind, he's being watched on the dock by Sean and Jet Lambert right now. Oh, Bo just catching the edge. It looked like it was a 540 pop shove, probably, something-ish.
Yeah, I think it made it 540. That sounds about right.
I was close. I was warm.
Right now, down on the dock, we've got Donnie Searle. Donnie, how you feeling?
What's going on? Not too stoked with that run, but just happy to make a final in general. That's my first pro final, so I'm pretty stoked on that. But yeah, I kind of blew it in the beginning there on a trick that I never fall on either, but it happens, you know?
That's competing, brother. But you're out of New Hampshire. What's the wake scene like in the Northeast? You don't hear about a lot of pros coming out of that area.
Yeah, there's only like a few other for wake surf. Honestly, I don't even know of any other wakeboarders from up there, but it's I mean, wake surfing's definitely popular, but not like how we're doing it, you know, not all the tricks and all that, but it's super popular, so it's fun. Home lake is Lake Winnie, so I miss it. I can't wait to go back soon this summer.
There we go. Shout out Lake Winnie.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
So you feel like you got the first time contest jitters out of your system?
Well, I actually did Pro Tour last year, and that was my rookie year in pro, and I did so bad last year, but I'm just happy to make the final this time. Like, that was honestly more than what I expected, so I'm stoked on that, and yeah.
Cool. Well, we're stoked for you. I'm sure there's more to come from you this season, and we're looking forward to it.
Definitely. I'll be at the rest of the stops for sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Donnie.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Well, we saw a couple falls from Donnie. We saw a couple falls from Bo. And two guys left.
This next rider. Sean Silvera, man.
Sean Silvera. I still can't say his name right.
I thought we agreed that I was
yeah. That was the deal.
I kind of like it as a shtick. Like, yeah, we just don't know how to
It's
pronounce
not
it.
even a shtick.
I know
I seriously
it's not.
can't say his last
I know
name.
it's not, but it'd be funnier if it was. Like, yeah, neither of us can pronounce your last name, Sean. Like, sorry. All right, scores up for Bo and Donnie. Donnie coming in with the 41.67. Bo in that top spot right now, 72.67. But next on the water, we've got Sean Silvera. And you're not going to want to miss this one because Sean's about to throw down.
I mean, Sean probably has more wake surf runs than any other rider in history. That was pretty sick. A little melon grab on that backside 180. Doing it proper. Said he's just coming off of an injury, but being the veteran that Sean is, nothing holds him back. Damn, he's smooth.
Super, super smooth and showing a lot of versatility here, too.
I want someone to teach me that frontside 180.
Maybe we need to, like, go on a lesson with Sean. I want to learn it, too.
I don't have to drive more than a mile and a half to get there. I should take advantage of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sean just throwing it down and making it look so, so easy, as he always does.
Sean just laying it down. But I feel like he knows he has to go hard. His little protege, the one that he kind of trained and mentored, Jet Lambert, he's behind him, and Jet really just has a bag of tricks deeper than anyone. And I think Sean knows that, and I think that's why you saw Sean just go so hard on that first run.
Yeah, and you can see he's super stoked. I mean, Sean's he's cruising, man. I know he's competitive, but he's also just having fun out there. He loves being here. He loves being around the wake, so it's fun to see him.
And if you get beat by Jet, your protege, how...
You're still kind of winning.
You're still kind of winning. That's right. Taking the champ back to the same house.
Absolutely.
We're going to look at a Roswell replay of Sean. There's that melon backside. That was really sick. We had a great opener of a trick right there. Looked like a big bigger spin. I don't know my biggest, bestest, but it'd be spinning.
But it be spinning. Sean getting ready to take his second run here in the finals of the Pro Wakesurf Final in Fort Worth.
I like how there's 2 runs. Sun's coming back out.
Sun's out, baby.
Yeah, I wonder like how different they make their runs, or like does he know that he didn't do his first run maybe as good, then he opts to do the same tricks as the first run. That was cool.
There are just so many different ways you can throw a run together in wake surf.
It really is. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
There's air walking out there. Okay, that was definitely a knick-knack paddywhack right there. I know one of those when I see one. Oh,
Sean
give a dog
putting on
a
a clinic right now. Super stoked. 2 stand-up passes for Sean Silvera. Job well done, like a true
What a champ.
vet. What a champ. Checking out that Roswell replay of Sean's second run. Third try's a charm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Big old backside 360, airing it all the way out till it gets all the way around.
Sean's showing like that versatility, the amplitude, the tech, pretty much a little bit of everything. Everything that the judges want to see. He's checking boxes out there.
He's got a diverse portfolio, so you got to use that thing.
That's right, down on the dock. We've got Bo Wildman. Bo, how'd it go in the finals for you?
It went pretty well. Not the best I've ever rode, but it's a good spot to put me on the podium. Very happy with that to start off the first stop of the Pro Wakesurf Tour. So that puts me in a good rank, and I'm pretty happy with that. This year I've focused a little more of my effort on wakeboarding, so it's good to be able to keep my wake surf legs.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Does it help keep things fun and interesting when you're training for 2 different things?
Yeah, it gets pretty interesting for sure. I'll definitely like go through phases of, oh, I like wakeboarding right now, and then it's like, oh, now I want to wake surf. So I guess what I could say is when I get sore wakeboarding, I'll wake surf. So it's perfect.
That's a pretty good little circle of life right there. Get sore wakeboarding, go to wake surf. maybe get back in, warm the legs up with some foil and pumping, and then back into wakeboard, huh?
Exactly, yep.
Hey,
life.
How do you like this format of having 2 separate runs as opposed to being able to fall and having your passes kind of combined how other events have been? They're running a little bit more like the wake finals. I kind of like having the 2 separate passes, but I'm not too knowledgeable about the wake surf actual like format. So I just wanted to pick a veteran like yourself on what you think about the 2-run format as opposed to the 1 fall.
Yeah, no, I would say I like it a lot. We've always talked about how it makes us all better and more consistent riders overall when we go into like other events and stuff where we get 3 falls throughout like 2 passes. So I think overall it's just a better format for the full wake surf community.
Right on, Bo. Well, we are stoked for you making it in the finals. We'll see when those scores come in, but always good to see you and your brother here at the Pro Wake Tour.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, here we are, Jet Lambert on the water. The phenom, the protege of Sean, man, he is going to get after it, and you can just see how effortlessly he just flicks all these tricks and gets it done, coming off of an injury but not showing it.
Yeah, he makes everything look so subtle. I don't know if it's his height or what it is, but everything's just like smooth and metal. Like you said, it's just like easy flick and 5 stroke.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Okay.
It is a pretty impressive to watch. Basic 180. I can't even do that 180 right there. Low body varial. Damn. Well, that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Lambert is on top week in, week out. And that's just the first run. We'll see how he builds on that. If that's just his warm-up run, I'm interested to see what his second pass is going to be.
I mean, his mentor, Sean, going before him, 2 stand-up passes. Now he's just got to go all out.
That's got to be pretty cool to share 1 and 2 on the podium with you and your homie, man. That's got to feel so good. And like you said, Sean's got to feel so good about that. Like, what better way to lose a pro event than the person that you kind of taught and raised and kind of like teach to kind of like surf like that. It's got to be a warm feeling.
Yeah, kind of passing the baton, but as we saw, like Sean's still absolutely crushing it in competition.
Oh, no doubt about it. Sean clearly probably has what it takes to get it done in any situation. But a little Roswell replay right there from Jet as he that rope comes tight as he gets ready to get back on the water for his second pass. Seemed like Bo really liked the 2-run format as opposed to the passes and the 1 fall. You know, I think it's good because I think separating the runs, I think these guys are allowed to do tricks as fast as they can. So I think like when you're not allowed to do any more tricks after you fall, I think that's a big thing for the run and allows you to like maybe wait longer to do your hard tricks.
For sure, you're kind of building your whole pass, right? Like, I mean, these guys aren't necessarily holding back, but things progressively get more challenging as the pass goes on. And then if you make it through and you're standing up at the end, I mean, you're absolutely amped.
Backside, what is that, like judo air, backside 180. Gets really nice air, really nice pop on all his tricks, really controlled. Seemed like not a lot of arm movement, really keeping. He might as well have his hands in his pockets the whole time while he does this. He could probably send out a text doing half of these tricks. Dang, Jet really going for it, going hard. You can see as that buoy's coming, they just start going faster and faster and harder, man. And, you know, I'm no technician in wake surfing, but that looked pretty damn crazy right there.
For sure. I mean, we're obviously not the judges, but it's going to be between he and Sean for that top spot once we get those live scores in. And speak of the devil, we've got Sean himself down at the dock. Sean, you've got to be pretty stoked with that.
Yeah, unbelievably stoked with that. That's crazy. I haven't ridden that good in a PWT since 2018. So, but yeah, man, hats off to the kid. Obviously, the scores haven't come in, but we all know that he's on top. But I'm stoked to come in second and continue my campaign on the PWT this year.
Yeah, dude, you always show up in on the tour for years, man. You have more victories than probably all of them put together right now. But how does that feel when you kind of when you're on the top of the podium and you're looking up and you see Jet up there for what you've done for his career, teaching him the ways and just mentoring him, and just he's pretty much your protege, and you can see it in your styles, you see it in the trick selection. Really cool to see. It gives me a warm feeling watching y'all battle it up and end up on top of 1-2 on the podium.
Yeah, you're gonna make me tear up, bro. Come on.
Keep the glasses on.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's crazy to see how far he's come, and I'm stoked that I could mentor him to where he's at, and hopefully he just keeps going, and he's the best wake surfer on the planet, and everyone knows it. So I'm stoked that I'm a part of that, and yeah, man, it's exciting to see, and I had that growing up, so I'm glad that I got to pass that off to someone else.
We love to see it, man. Thanks for doing what you do for the sport, Sean.
While you have the headphones on, we're looking at the scores right now, and it is official. Jet Lambert on top, you in second, Bo Wildman in third, and Donnie in fourth. So congrats, man.
Thank you.
You too, on top of the podium, man. That's really cool.
Great
Well
final.
deserved.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Yep.
Well, that's such a cute moment.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very genuine. I mean, you know, this sport it can be intense, but really it's all about the camaraderie and fun and
you think wake surfing can be intense?
Out here, these guys are into it.
I've
seen a lot of people get really upset at wake surfing.
Yeah, you're right.
More
you're
than
right.
I'd like to.
Emotional flies, dude. You got the Swanson brothers in there, dude. Their emotions run high.
Right on, guys. Well, we are live here in Fort Worth from the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour. We will catch you right after this commercial.
So off-season did not go as planned. Ended up having a pretty bad motocross accident. Sent me back around 5 months. But we're feeling good. Just been grinding PT. And yeah, just ready for stop number 1. So been off around 5 months due to the shoulder. Ended up getting surgery. I tore my supraspinatus, so it's part of my rotator cuff. But I did have a contest in April. I was feeling really good. I was hyped on my riding. Ended up getting first. Been having a little break since then, contest-wise, but I mean, I've been practicing every day, putting in the work, and we're ready. I wouldn't say it's adding pressure. I mean, I'm pretty hyped. I mean, 2-time champion. Obviously, the goal is to keep winning, but also have fun at the same time. I mean, when going into stop number 1, I know I'm capable of, I know I have the talent. I just need to go out there, do my thing, and just see how it works out. I think having fun is just seeing all my friends. I mean, seeing all the new people come to the contest. Just keep growing the sport. And I just think I love seeing everyone getting back into it and just seeing like what it is and like how much fun we can have doing it. It's not all about going out there, just winning. It's also having fun, meeting new people, and just seeing all your homies. Usually, I mean, I ride with Sean and Rob pretty much every day. So we're riding out there, you know, twice a day, every day, just getting everything dialed. I mean, my life stays pretty busy for sure. I mean, we got like Suron, jet ski. I mean, always on the water. So yeah, just riding every day and just training. Yeah, I mean, Rob is getting really, really good, but it is super fun. I mean, I love the pressure. I love the competition. So riding there with him every day, I mean, it excites me, excites him, so I think we just kind of go back and forth. I started wake surfing when I was 11. My first PWT when I was 2022, when I was 12 years old. I didn't make it to finals. I think I got 4th, and which is still pretty good for 12 years old. But it's like, if I'm going out there, you know, I want to win. It's like, yeah, 2nd or 3rd, it's cool, but I just want to go out there and win, have fun. I don't know, something just riding with Sean and just riding with people that were better than me at the time is just, it excites me and gets me better every day. Yeah, my goal for the season is to go undefeated. PWT is definitely one of the hardest ones, you know. You can't fall, you gotta have stand-up passes, so it's all gonna come down to consistency and just, you know, who can land their stuff. But I'm excited, I'm ready for the competition, and yeah. I mean, mainly I just want to thank, you know, everyone that supports me. Mastercraft, Phase 5, X Insurance, Surf Union, just pretty much everyone behind me. I wouldn't be where I am right now without them. So just having them behind my back definitely helps, I would say. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So yeah, they support me, so now I gotta show them that I can win.
Hold up, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the point of fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step, I progress no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill. every moment an opportunity. Own the water. Own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor Series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important. And see what you've been missing.
We are at the first stop of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Superboats. Alexis Gorham, Parks Bonifay, here in Fort Worth, Texas. Just finished up with the Pro Wakesurf Final and heading right into Junior Pro Wakeboard after this.
Yeah, man, the Junior Pro Semis is pretty lit, man. These kids are going hard, and I'm excited to see the future of wakeboarding, and purely it's in good hands after watching these guys go right now. And who's the first rider we got? We got Hudson Gentry first off the dock, starting this final off. Hillside 540 there from Hudson. He said he had fun in the semis. Glad he made the finals. Crazy looking cab roll and a grab right there from that angle. Hudson, one more trick to round out this first pass. And it looked like a Moby Dick 540, possibly a Whirlybird. Can't really see that first handle pass, but super tech trick there to end out his first pass, and Hudson's got to be psyched. Hair's dry, and a couple banger tricks in the book for his first run.
Yeah, absolutely. Hudson was stoked after his semifinal run. A lot of these guys, you know, just getting that they need reps, right? Like they're just trying to get some competition experience under their belt, getting amped up for someday going hopefully into the pros, and we're stoked to see all of them out here getting that experience that they need to take it to the next level.
Yeah, because honestly, this is all one big learning experience. Every contest, whether you do good, whether you do bad, you should take what you get from that and like learn from it. Take the good things when the win. Take the bad things from a loss, and you really just compile all this data like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's a pro move right there. To see that move by a junior pro, that's really critical. Backing off, he saw the wake was crap. He went out, he came back in, waited for a good wake, and then followed it up by a dum-dum, a super technical first trick. Wanted a 3-to-1 right there where he does a frontside 360 and then goes backside 180. But he opted not to do it, which is okay. Oh, man, and just losing the handle. And what a rough second pass there for Hudson. It looked like the wake was a little off in the beginning. Started off with a dum-dum. And then just loses the handle there. It looked like on the heel side 900.
Yeah, Parkson, they've got here in the junior pros, they get a fall and a pickup. Second fall, you're done, but it depends where that fall happens. If you're past a certain point on your second run, you're not going to get picked up because you can't sneak any more tricks in. We'll see what they decide here. But we just came out of our Pro Wakesurf Final, and we've got your winner down on the dock, Jet Lambert. Bam, 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 Fog Machine. Jet, how does it feel? First Pro Wakeboard Tour of the season, and you're taking the win.
Yeah, Jet.
Yeah, it feels really good. Everyone really killed it, so had to go out there, laid down 2 solid runs, and yeah, I'm hyped on the end up.
I mean, your mentor, Sean Silvera, went right before you. Does he put on any pressure, or are you just so used to riding with Sean that it's like, I got this?
Yeah, I mean, we ride pretty much every single day, so the pressure is there for sure. I mean, he still got it, but it's fun going out there and having the battles.
Hey, as long as you always bring it back to Claremont, bring it on back to the 352, that's all that kind of matters, huh? Whether it's Sean or you boys get it done. Seems like every time, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we support each other. If I win, it's sick. If he wins, I mean, even sicker. So.
What do you like about the format? You like that 2-run format as opposed to like 1 fall pickup and kind of getting back into it? Does it put a little more pressure on you?
Yeah, exactly. So on some of the other ones, you get falls, but this one, I mean, you can't. So if you fall, you're pretty much done. So it's good to go out there and have 2 stand-up passes.
Right on. Well, we are so stoked for you, Jet. Always good to see you out here at a Pro Wakeboard Tour and taking the W here. Well earned at the first stop. Congratulations.
Another one.
Thank you, guys.
Another one. Back to the wakeboard action.
Yeah, Jet. Get it done every time. Lambert. Back to the 352. The champion goes.
Sounds like you're claiming it.
Hey, I take it when we can get it. Claremont, choice of champions, clearly.
We love it. All right, Hudson Gentry, score coming in live, 71 in his finals run. But next off the dock, we have Tyler Byrne.
So they're doing the 1 fall. They're doing the 2 runs as well, too. So there are no falls in this. It looks like Hudson fell, or maybe they do get picked up, but he was past the fall buoy, correct?
Yeah, I think he was past that fall buoy on his second pass, so it's not worth picking him up because there wouldn't have been time for any more tricks. But we'll see what Tyler has got in his bag. Little Indy tantrum action right out the gate.
Little tail grab there. He knows Jet Gibson has a deep bag of tricks. He's already showed up today, so he's starting off easy. Maybe he just wants to get the wheels rolling and get the rubber warm for these hard turns he's got coming up. Heel side 540 there for Tyler. One more trick. I feel like this has got to be a banger if you're going to run a take down Jet Gibson. And there it is, the dum-dum, a nice technical trick there. And, 4 stand-up tricks. Your hair's dry, you put a little pressure. You're already probably a little bit ahead of Hudson, so good start.
We saw him case on that heel 5 and possibly the dum-dum at the end. How much is that going to affect someone? I know he didn't fall, but how does that affect a score if you're a judge?
I mean, it definitely does affect the judge. The score. If the judges are looking they're critiquing how well you grabbed it, how well you landed it, if you cased it, how big you went, how you set up into it. There's a lot of accounts that they hold accountable for a lot of these tricks, and it's tough to see how they're going to weigh it. There's only 3 guys in the round, so they don't have a lot to judge off of. But, I think more importantly, just seeing him do crow mobs and toe back rolls, I think that's going to hurt him more than the casing on the. You see him just bailing on a lot of tricks right now. And he's not casing, but he's not grabbing these, and he's not doing what he intended to do.
Oh, going
huge. You just got a huge double up on that wake kick. A handle pass KGB and over-rotated it almost to his face again. So, should have went for 2.
Should have went for 2, go for the dub. Tyler Byrne going down late in his second pass, so I don't believe he will get a pickup here in the Junior Pro Final. He is the second off the dock out of 3. We've got Jet Gibson coming up. These are the up-and-coming guys, the guys that you're going to see in the pro division here in years to come. Got a little replay, just
wow, crazy
Sheesh.
kick on that one, man. Yeah. Sometimes if it's rolly, you don't really know the kind of kick that you're going to get, and it kind of shows right there. Unfortunate fall after the pickup buoy, and that'll wrap it up for the first run for the only run in the finals for Tyler Byrne. Let's throw it down to the dock right now to Hudson Gentry. Hudson, how'd it feel it out there in the finals, brother? You feel some pressure?
Yeah, there's a little bit of pressure.
And we can't get doesn't really seem like we have the mic. Oh, there we go.
Hey, there you are, Hudson.
I'm here.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. How that solid run, maybe an unfortunate fall after the no fall buoy, but how the finals feel. Was it the nerves racking up in there?
A little bit, yeah. Wish I could have done more, but did at least something at the beginning.
Well, lucky you, it's a long season. There are plenty more stops to go, but it's got to feel good to get that first Pro Wakeboard Tour under your belt, kind of work out some of the jitters, some of the kinks. How do you feel going into the second stop?
I feel good. I know what I need to work on, just dialing my stuff in and really locking in for the next comp.
How are the conditions out there? Did it seem pretty smooth, pretty predictable, or was it kind of all over the place?
It was a little all over the place at the beginning, but then it started to clear up, so it was really good.
Right on. Well, the scores are in, and you, my friend, are still on the top spot with 71 points. We've got one more rider to go. We'll see what he can do. Thanks a lot, Hudson.
Yeah.
Interesting. So second score comes in from Tyler, not above Hudson. Both going down after the no fall buoy. And, like I said, some of those bailed out tricks, the roll to reaver, the crow mob, the toe side back roll, these are not difficult trick for junior pros. So they can't afford to be doing this. When you only have 8 tricks, you can't afford to be doing layups like that and giving someone like Jet Gibson, who's behind you, gets to watch you go off the dock, and now he's able to go out and get after it. Starting off with a really nice handle pass KGB textbook. What a way to start off a run.
Yeah, I think Jet is coming out here. He knows exactly what he has to do to take the win in this junior pro division, and he's pretty much doing it so far.
I mean, second trick was a dum-dum. Looked really nice on that. He's been really controlled on his trick. Heel side 720. Love that, man. Showing the diversity in your tricks. He's showing a lot of different technical maneuvers and, and just spinning both ways. And that's what it's about right there. Jet Gibson showing why he's last off the dock in the top seed here in the Junior Pro Final.
Yeah, and coming off that Junior Moomba Masters win, I'm sure he's got some confidence coming out of Australia, heading over here to the States. Let's check the replay here on his first run. That heel 7 just locked in.
Bolts, man. It really locked down a good nose grab on that one, too. That one tricks can be easy to do with no grab, and when you have to grab it can be pretty tough. So the fact that he's taken the initiative to grab the nose in a really nice way and complete the trick, it pays off dividends with the judges. And I think the world is his to take right now. Switch heel side 720, or the other one was switch. Not sure exactly what his stance is, but you know what? He's looking so calm, so collective, possibly bailing on the crow mob right there. Maybe he was going to come up a little short, but he's riding like a true veteran out there. And there's that steezy, stale tantrum the blind that we really liked. Almost looked like the front of blind. Really liked that one.
That's right. Last trick of his 2 runs in his finals passes.
Yeah! a double half cab roll to round out the last trick of the second pass. I love to see that trick anytime, especially it's crazy how the juniors can just complete this off the wake, no problem. I used to have to do this off the biggest double up to even have a chance to get it around, and now these guys are just flicking it on bad kicks, frothy wakes, anytime they can get it done. Very impressive. The sport of wakeboarding is in good hands. And here we go, a Roswell replay, stale tantrum, or maybe in front of the blind. That looks really cool. Really cool. And the last trick here, the double cab roll, locking in the grab, getting it all around, pulling it tight, claiming it at the end, rightfully so. Jet Gibson, 2 solid passes right there, and that's how you get it done in the finals to take in. I'm no judge, and this is very unofficial, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Jet Gibson just took down the junior pro, the first stop here at the Pro Tour.
Jet Gibson laying it down, but we also have rider number 2. We've got Tyler Byrne down on the dock. Tyler, how did that finals run feel for you?
It was feeling good until it didn't, eh?
Well said. I like how you say that.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it about? Was it the conditions? Was it the wake? Did you make a bad decision? Should you have went harder, softer? What do you think? Reanalyzing your whole run, where did it kind of go wrong, or what did you do right?
Well, the wrong part was when I was cut a little bit too hard, hit the lip on the KGB, and realized it was a bit too high in the air. And then landed. The head kind of hurts now.
Yeah, you cooked it, man.
Yeah.
You got a really good kick on that KGB. You're going to think about taking that thing to a double up and double KGB in like Thomas and Tyler anytime in the future?
Yeah, that would be a good goal.
A good goal. Well, you got to set them right, mate.
Yeah, you do.
Hashtag goals, but hey, making it to the final in the first Pro Wakeboard Tour stop of the season. How do you feel going into stop number 2?
Yeah, well, my goal for this season was really just to make a final and maybe make a podium. And I've done that already in the first stop, so hopefully maybe get a win or get a second.
Hey, let's do it, buddy. We're here for it, and we will be looking forward to watching you all season long. Thanks a lot, Tyler.
Thank you.
Yeah, brother. I like the way he speaks. That was really good. Well, it was all
said.
good until it wasn't.
It was good until it wasn't. All right, PB, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have got the event of the day, baby.
Let's go, baby. I cannot wait.
Pro Wake Finals when we get back. Ready? All right, folks, this is it. Parks, I just got word that we might have a little rain on the way, so we're going to jam right into this Pro Wake Final. But before we do that, we've got your junior pro winner down on the dock. How's it feeling, champ?
It feels pretty good. I had a bit of a rough year last year, but came away with the W today, and I'm stoked about it.
Yeah.
How hard have you been training in between last season and this one? Because it looks like you have a good, strong footing on the field coming into after stop one. That finals looked like you were well ahead of the field, and you rode sick, man. That double cab roll, everything about it was impressive. Did you learn a lot from the season you had last year?
Yeah, I definitely did. I've trained a lot harder after Moomba before coming here. Never stopped riding, and it's definitely paying off, and I'm stoked.
It sure is. And it's one thing to take the win, but to take the win on a stand-up, killer pass, that has to feel so good.
It does. It really does. I can't remember the last time that I stood up in a comp, so I'm pretty stoked about it.
I love it, man. You look good with your hair dry. Keep on standing up. Keep on winning. We're proud of you, dude. Jet Gibson, ladies and gentlemen, taking it down. Your junior pro final.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Good on him. Good on him.
Good on him.
Get it in ya.
Love to see that big grin on his face. So stoked. I'm stoked for him.
Yeah, he's got to be pumped with that, man, especially after Moomba. Him saying that he wanted to train and get out there and not lose any contests from the parents right now. He wants to get out there. For the time being, we got some jet skis going to rap, some flips up.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, it's the main event, Pro Wake Finals, baby.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You ain't on the point of fame, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here.
What does it feel like to own a boat powered by Inmar's Raptor series? Imagine the freedom of the open water, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen. With the toughness of an F-Series Super Duty truck and the performance of the world's best athletes, the Raptor series is built to elevate your boating experience. Feel the rush as you harness cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched torque and efficiency. Every wave is a thrill, every moment an opportunity. Own the water, own the adventure. Power your passion with Inmar's Raptor series and make every outing legendary.
Because every second counts. Every minute matters. And every moment is precious. No matter how you spend your time on the water, keep your eyes on what's important and see what you've been missing.
Hey Wake fans, if you own a business and your website isn't driving your best leads, you need Bonsai. We build blazing fast sites and help brands dominate online with SEO and advertising. There's a reason the Pro Wake Tour, Super Boats, Regulator Marine, and Jayco RV work with us. We drive results. And we can do the same for you. Ready to level up? Visit bonsaimediagroup.com and let's build something that wins.
Yeah, obviously went home after the season last year. It's kind of nice the way I've like structured my life a little bit. Is like when I come to Orlando, it's like full on like wakeboarding is my thing, and like I do that every day, and I try and do that to the best of my ability. And then when I go home, I kind of like separate myself a little bit and kind of transition to like the beach life a bit and try and get down to the beach every day and just hang out with like family and friends and kind of just hang out and kick it and spend some time in the ocean, some salt water versus fresh water. So yeah, but yeah, like the ocean passion came later in life, and it's been the biggest like saving grace, and it's just given me like a whole nother thing to wake up to and get excited. And I feel like I'm like at the bottom of the barrel, so I like have something like an opportunity to learn, and yeah, it just like, I don't know, thrusts me out. I love it. So yeah, the year started off great. Remember this year was honestly pretty special. Like you obviously come into the event wanting to do well, and like you have a goal in mind, and like what do you aim to do, and that's like kind of the go with like every single event. But I feel like that was like borderline like top 3, top 2 performances that I've had like over my career, and like everything just felt so good, everything felt so perfect. And to start the year off like that, like you always kind of start the year off a little scrappy, and then like you get more confident with competition as the season goes on because you just do it more and more. But to start the year with a performance like that, it's kind of exciting the way this year is going to go. Not every event is going to be like that, I know that, but if I can start the year off like that and kind of try and keep that momentum going and just feeling good through the year, then yeah, we'll see where this year goes. The first biggest challenge is like staying healthy. It's been a rough couple years. Like last year, like I wasn't even really healthy, if I'm honest. Like I had like 2 ankle surgeries at the beginning of the year. Then the year before that, I was like dealing with my ankle the whole year. So like I've kind of been injured for like 2 years, and that's like the biggest challenge. Number one is like you want to be able to push and ride as much as you can and like get better, but it's a fine line where like you push too hard and like your body can't handle it, because like at the end of the day we do a high impact sport, and like this stuff is tough. Like it really does take a toll. So like that's like the biggest challenge, number one. Number 2, I guess like I am really lucky that like I do get to go home and like get away from the sport, and like I get like a full outsider's point of view on everything, and I get to live my own life in Australia and hang out with like my brother's got 3 kids now. Like as soon as I get home, I jump into like full uncle mode, and I like honestly kind of just like take a huge step aside and get my time away from the industry, and just like recharge the batteries physically and mentally more than anything. I definitely struggled with it mentally when I was younger because I would always look for that like big win, and then I would like try and carry that huge momentum into the next one, and just got super fatiguing and tiring, and you just get burnt out. So I don't know, I just try and enjoy the little things a lot more and take your little wins when you can and enjoy them, and then just keep pushing. It's like a challenge to make the finals. Like everyone in the semi-finals at all the events now like have the capability to win events, and the level of riding and just like how good everyone is, it has gotten unbelievable, and it's just like, it's a challenge to keep up, to be honest. Like everyone's always like, oh, it's easier running from the front, or it's hard running from the front, but like everyone's at the front, and it's just like, I always believe like the person who wins the tour at the end of the year is the rider who is able to adapt to their surroundings as best as possible. And any one of the top 10, top 15 riders on tour can do that. And it's just like, the level of riding now is like really gone to another level. And it's like, this year is probably going to be like the most challenging year on tour that we've seen. The focus for this year is like, just enjoy it and really just try and like embrace every moment and get the most out of it, and like whether that's positives or negatives, just like learn from it and try and enjoy myself as much as possible. This doesn't last forever, and I'm really lucky to be in a position that I feel confident going into events and want to do well and aim to do the best I can. So yeah, the goal for me now is just enjoy every little moment and ride the highs and see out the lows, and yeah, just like have fun as much as I can, because we do live a crazy life and you got to remind yourself that sometimes, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, baby, we are back at the first stop of the 2025 Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Supra Boats, and we are about to get it going with the Pro Wakeboard Final. Alexis Score and Parks Bonifay coming at you live from Fort Worth, Texas, bringing you all the action today, but it all boils down to this, the main event.
Yeah, Texas be bringing the heat today, man. It was 100 degrees yesterday, but sun's coming out. It's warming up. I can feel the humidity rising. Right on time for the finals. 2 runs. We're in for a nail biter right here, man. But we've actually had some good events so far. The Junior Pro Wake Surf was awesome. The Junior Pro Wakeboard was insane. So it was a fun day so far.
It's been an action-packed day. A little bit of everything. Things have gone super smooth. We're trying to beat the rain here. I think we're going to get it in, but we're definitely in for it. This is a 6-man final. Now, every rider gets 2 runs, but the difference between the final and the semifinal is that if you fall, you're out.
Yeah, you get 2 runs, so no falls. You get 2 separate runs that have nothing to do with each other. And as well, they get a double up, I believe. So these guys are going to be wanting to not have a fall and get all the way to their double up and put it down. Is that confirmed?
I'm having a look right now. We will have to confirm whether or not they're going to do the double up. And sometimes, as you know, when we're trying to beat the rain, sometimes we exclude that double up. We're going to find out right now. Hey, we've got 6 riders in 5 countries being represented in this final.
Damn.
That is pretty rad.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You got Maxime Rowe from France. You got Corey Tunison from Australia. Luca Kidd from the UK. And you got Gunther Oka from the States, Shota Suzuka from Japan, and Nick Rappa rounding it out. Last seed, last off the dock from Australia. Man, we are in one. We're in for one right now, man. And Maxime, I just went down and rode with the La Familia crew in Winter Haven at Tyler Hyman's new house last week, and Maxime absolutely killed it. He was the first one in the water, went out there and just slayed it, man. Like every trick he does proper, he does perfect. And, you know, he's got a deep bag of tricks. I'm really interested. And I think first off the dock is perfect for him. He doesn't have a whole lot of contest knowledge, a whole lot of, repetitions in this. So I think, like, it's almost better for him to be first off the dock, swing for the fence, put a bunch of pressure on the rest of the boys instead of him watching them put pressure on him. I think this is perfect for Maxime, and he's actually my dark horse pick for the finals. On record.
You have been selling him hard. We never picked teams, but you did today, and your money's on Maxime. Let's see what he can do.
You can just see that zero right there. Front side 360 into a backside 360, grabbing it the whole way. Super tech trick. One of the most tech tricks we've seen all day. And there it is, dude. You don't get a Mope 5 any better than that. Crazy grab on that. Not sure if it's seatbelt or nuke, but it's one of the two. We'll say seatbelt. Sounds fun.
It does sound fun. You know what else is fun is him just absolutely stomping it. You know, you had a few bobbles in the semifinals, but this finals run looks completely different.
Yeah, man. Hillside 720 into a Crow Mobe. You know, it was. We were talking earlier, and it's like and when he was in the semis, he had two other guys fall before him, so there's almost no pressure on Maxime in the early round in the semi. So I think that this was just going to have a whole different feel for him.
You did
and
today,
a whole different
and
way
your
of going
money's
about it.
on
And
Maxime.
look at this
Let's
first
see
trick,
what he can
a
do.
front side 360 into a
tech trick,
backside. One of the most
360
tricks we've
He's
seen.
doing
720 degrees of rotation right there, two different directions. That's an extremely hard trick, and actually you can do that trick like not that good. You can complete that trick and just not do it that good. He takes a lot of initiative on doing his tricks proper and getting them done, and the judges are going to reward that.
Yeah, you mentioned it in semis. He's very thought out, very thoughtful with all of his tricks. Not only does he want to land them, but he wants to land them well, just like that one right there, Maxime. I see what you're saying now.
Maxime has he has an eye on the prize right now. If he can keep on going, Crow Mobe 540. You saw him do one of those the other way. The judges are going to slightly dock him. I think he wanted a Crow Mobe 720 possibly right there. He was trying some of those, and that would be the hardest trick. Backside 720. So, you know, a little bit of a room to improvement here for Maxime, but this is exactly a solid first pass and a really good first run that he wants going into the next round. So he knows he left a little bit on the table right there, but you know what? Stand up pass there, and he gets a whole nother run. So we're going to run through Corey, Luca, Gunther, Shota, Nick, and we're going to get right back up to the top for run number 2, starting with Maxime.
Yeah, let's check out this Roswell replay. That toe 900.
Yeah, toe side 900. Pretty pumped with that. You know, he's that's a good first run to do, because after watching a few of those tricks, I think he's got a little bit of room to improve and a little bit more throttle to kind of squeeze in his next run.
Yeah, it's nice to lay one down, but no, you still got a little bit more in the tank. There's a little bit of room to improve, but you've got a solid run, you know, to make sure that you're competing for the top spot, even with that.
For sure. You know, when you got the whole field of guys underneath you, you know, you got to kind of lay down a good first pass, and that's just enough to put pressure on everyone. Corey Tunison next off the dock. You usually see him going off the dock last, usually having the highest seed, but so it's going to be interesting to see Corey go off the dock second. You don't really see him go off. Yeah, there we go. You get a double up?
We don't, but this is...
Yeah, now we talking.
Confirmed. Stand up 2 passes and you get a double up.
Yeah, man, I think it's really important that you make it to the double up. I don't think any rider is going to win this event without completing a double up. So with that being said, I think these guys are going to, not having a fall in the middle of the run, you're not allowed that. You won't, if you fall, you do not get picked up, and you go right back to the dock, and you have to wait for your second run to start. So I think guys are going to prioritize this double up and really put a lot of weight on that and make sure that they get 2 stand-up runs so they can get a clear look at these waves and rollers converging for a double up. Maxime opting for a right-hand double up. Not sure what it's going to be. Interested to see, man. I haven't really seen Maxime hit too many double ups. He did ride in Double or Nothing a couple years ago. Switching around, possibly a huge kind of bucked out cab roll right there. Not really happy with the takeoff he got on that, but that's the way a double up goes, baby. Nothing's guaranteed in the world of double ups, and when you're doing it at a contest, sometimes if you get a kick, you have to roll with it. But you know what? He didn't get a fall. Stand up, double up. Stand-up pass, not a bad first run for Maxime Rowe, and the first rider off the dock here in the finals.
Yeah, and that is our first double up of the day here, and there's so much finesse when it comes to driving that. There's so much that goes into it as far as like the site layout and just what's going on, but timing has to be perfect. And like you said, you only get one shot at the double up. So it's like, you know, bad takeoff, you still got to try to make the most of it, but there was only so much that he could do there as we check it out on the Roswell replay. I mean, he connected pretty well with it. I think he just maybe hesitated on what he was going to throw.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe had a little froth on top, and maybe he didn't. Maybe he did get the kick, but maybe at the bottom of the double up, he didn't think he was going to get the kick. So maybe he pulled the plug on the whole trick before he even got off the top of the wake. Maybe in the air he was regretting the decision, because he did seem like he got over the wake. He didn't case, and he ended up making it over the double up, and he stood up. So scores in for Maxime Rowe, 85.0. So
wow.
Like I said, man, that's a pretty solid, decent score for your first run, first rider off a dock. And now he's able to watch everyone else's first pass, first run, and then he can like reorganize his tricks and kind of figure out how he's going to get himself into that top spot.
Yeah, definitely not leaving the door open. I mean, it's open, but a little bit of pressure on these next 5 riders here. I mean, Corey, no stranger to competition. He doesn't care. He's going to go out there and lay down his tricks no matter what happens. He's going to do his game. He's going to do his thing. You know, just kind of a stone cold competitor. But like he said earlier, he's just having fun now. And I think that translates into his riding. Like, he's so confident in his contest riding that he's super comfortable. He knows what he's doing, but enjoying his time and you know, having a go.
Yeah, I think him having fun and just again so many years on tour will allow him to kind of just like maybe find a new rider within himself, because you can only put so much pressure on yourself and kind of chase the same kind of like dragon kind of like every season, you know. So I think he wants to have fun first, and if he wins, he wins. But you know, I like Corey going off his dock second here. Typically he's off last. Really strategic and watch everyone go and kind of go from there. But you know, keep in mind, Corey. You know, Corey's not the young underdog kind of he was, man. As you get older, you know these kids are getting better and better and better, and you know that they're slowly catching up with you. And how long can you prolong the inevitable? And Corey does it longer and better than most, man. He's had 4 overall Pro Tour titles, 4 World Championship titles, so he's a proven veteran, and you know, he takes care of his body. He's riding really good, healthy, and I'm excited to see how long Corey's high action kind of pro career can kind of go.
Heck yeah, nothing but blue sky for Corey Tunison. Let's see what he's got here in his first run of the Pro Wakeboard Final here in Fort Worth.
Heel side 900 right there. Didn't really look like he got a solid grab on that. It's not the biggest deal right now, but the judges will start to add up over tricks. Like maybe if this comes down to who's going to win the event, they're going to analyze those tricks really tight right there. And look, was that the toe today? That was just.
Did we just see that? You know, that's one thing that we talked about in the semifinals. You know, how important it is to connect on those grabs and land tricks clean, and maybe not as important in the junior finals, but here in the Pro Men's Wakeboard Final, it is critical that you are not only grabbing your board, but landing tricks clean and doing them like they should be done. And Corey Tunison really doing that there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're doing if he did a toe 10 in the middle of his run. Give us a replay here, Nick. Here you go, heel 9. Yeah, and I think he came in and. Okay, that was a backside backside 900. A little wobbly on that landing. Judges are going to dock that one, but still, really technical trick there, really hard to do. And a wrap backside 900, a little heavy on the toes there and a little wobbly, but he did not fall. Still coming into his second pass in his first run, and keep in mind, he wants that double up. There's a 3-to-1 wrap frontside 360 into a backside 180. A pretty tough trick there to do, and I haven't really seen Corey do that trick too often, really. There it is, the mute mob 540. Corey, one of his staples of his run. Really hard technical trick to do. Got to be really powerful to kind of get that one around and land it as constantly and consistently as he does. And there it is, the toe side 1080.
Wow.
the banger that Corey wanted right there. Damn, it's so crazy to see these guys do that off the wake. Wrap backside 900, switch toe 1080, double cab roll. Corey Tunison showing up in the first run, and the second rider off the dock here in the finals, and he gets a whole double up too. He ain't done yet. So, damn, a couple big tricks there for Corey. Mute mope 540, toe side 1080, wrap backside 900. Wow, man. So, yeah, I mean, if I was a judge, the only thing I could possibly dock him on is that the wrap backside 900 and the switch toe side 1080 are so similar in the tricks. They're literally just the takeoff is just 180 difference, and you're kind of the rest of that trick feels and seems the same going all the way through. So if you're a judge in the know and it really came down to it, maybe it doesn't make a difference right now, but if this is really technically close to another rider, I think that the diversity in those tricks is something that maybe could start to weigh heavy on Corey.
And that's where, you know, these judges, it really depends on what they're looking for and what they prefer in their personal style. Of course, there are certain things that are a little bit more technical, but when it comes to that, like composition of a run, how much are you switching it up? How similar are your tricks? Is there something that he could have done to show more, you know, diversity amongst his tricks? I don't know, but man.
Well, they like to see, as a judge, you like to see riders spin two different directions. That means that, like, it really makes when you're spinning the same way all the time, and maybe he is on the heel mob 540, the switch toe 1080, the wrap back side 900. You know, Corey has a lot of tricks that are all spinning the same way, and it's possible that the judges could probably see that. And, you know, we'll see if Nick or anyone else can see that and maybe kind of like elaborate on that. Maybe if you see Corey do where he's spinning the same way, maybe you take initiative and try to show the judges you're spinning opposite ways, and maybe that could weigh heavy.
And that, of course, is the benefit of, you know, going last, having that last seed, like Nick was saying in his semifinal interviews. You get to watch everyone else, and you can really tailor your run to be what you think it's going to take to win. Obviously, you know, you've only got so many tricks in your bag, but it comes down to those little details here in the finals that are going to get you on the podium or not.
It really does. Game of inches, so they say. Well, I don't think they say that about wakeboarding. Maybe football, but...
We do. We say.
Well, now we do.
We're they, as they say.
We are they.
We are they. Right on. So we saw Maxime Roux stand up 2 passes and get that first double up of the day just before Corey Tunison. Now Corey standing up his 2 passes and going for his double up. Now these guys are going to get 2 runs. So right now it's like if you're Corey Tunison, you're going all out.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, you already have 2 solid runs, so you want to make sure you do not want to fall on this one, but you still need a decent trick. I think he's going to go. Yeah, I think that was solid. Not super hard, but not super easy too. A nice technical double trick. That's exactly what he wanted to build on. I think he was confident that he can make that. That's why I think he elected to go with a double back roll and not do anything too crazy, because it would have been very unfortunate to have that run that he just had and then fall on the double up. So smart run for Corey. 2 stand-up runs, solid double up. We're watching a replay right now. Coming into the trough, clean exit, grabbing stale on that, and really just a textbook double back roll there for Corey Tunison. But now we're going to throw it down to the dock right now. We got Maxine Rowe. Maxine, solid pass. You feel like you left a little bit on the table? Do you have a little bit more room for improvement? I mean, double up aside on just talking about your run?
I mean, that run that I just did was probably the best I've ever done. I still have room for improvement. I still have more tricks. But definitely really happy with the run. And the double up, I got a little stitched up.
Yeah.
Washed.
Walk us through that double up, because it kind of looked like it was going to wash out, but you still connected at the end. Did you kind of call off the trick before you hit the wake?
Nah, in the wake, like I just couldn't even go for the grab. My board just got away from me. You know what I mean? Like the wash took my board away from me, and I don't think I could have. I don't know.
Were you going for osmosis?
No, just a double cab.
Double cabbie? I like it.
Just a double cabbie.
Just a basic double cabbie, man. Well, dude, I think you still got some. You can do it. You can pull it together. You're my pick for the final. So I'm rooting for you, bud, and let's try to pull it together, that same kind of run, and put together a double up at the end to see where you end up.
Yeah, very stoked. Yeah, let's get it.
Thanks, Maxime.
Let the dogs out.
That's it. That's your guy, Parks. You've got your money on Maxime. I don't know. Corey just laying it down in, like, classic Corey Tunison fashion, though. Second off the dock, 2 clean stand-up passes, and then the double roll off the double up. And I don't know, where do we go from here?
I don't know. I mean, would you be any more surprised that Corey did that run first time? That's a perfect, typical Corey Tunison double back roll off the double up, backside 900, toe side 1080. So Corey already has put pressure on the rest of the field. Nick Rappa last off the dock, and Luca Kidd next off, and then we still got Gunther and Shota. There's some heavy hitters in this. So
score coming in. Corey posting a 94.67, putting him in that top spot in front of Maxime, but it is just getting started, Parks.
Yeah, we're still not even halfway through the first round of the finals, and I'm interested to see. Luca's got such a loose gear on him, man. I feel like he could really. He's capable of anything. He's a loose cannon out there, man. He's got a deep bag of tricks, and he's capable of hitting some bangers off the double up. So if he can put together 2 decent runs and stomp a sick banger off the double up, the whole field's going to be shook, and it'd be a sick place for Luca Kidd to get his first ever Pro Tour victory.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Luca's so emotional. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. With those first 2 riders standing up their runs, who knows what's going through this kid's head, what he's saying to himself to get himself pumped up, but he's absolutely amped. Anything could happen when Luca's on the water.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how easy he goes. We had 2, like you said, we have 2 stand-up runs, 2 riders complete, all the way to the double up. So that's the bar set. It's just get to the double up and get it complete. Chromo 540 there for Luca to start it off. Starting it off with the easier trick, backside 180, wrapping up into that handle. And there it is, the backside 720. It looked like he could have went 900, but fell out of that late grab, held the grab all the way down to the water. Judges are going to like that. Wrapped up, coming in heel side, front side 720, little nose grab on there. Luca flowing, being Luca right now. There it is.
Okay, Luca.
The Rap Moby Dick 540.
The La Familia boys are going wild on the dock right now.
Yeah, boys are psyched, man. It's always good to have your homies and some good camaraderie kind of supporting you as you come off and back into the dock. Solid first pass there for Luca. He's got to be pumped with that. Wind is holding off right now. Conditions are looking good. Sun's still out, so anything can happen right now. We're going to get a Roswell replay on the first one. Damn, that late grab on that back 7 looked really good. I didn't catch that the first time. That was dope. Yeah, really held it all the way down. And more of a technical kind of trick right there. That Rap Moby Dick 540. All right, here we go, Luca. Pass number 2. He is. Coming in handcuffed, toe backside 540. Crazy takeoff on that one. Not your traditional type. Completely blind away from the boat. Coming back in heel side. There's a 3-1. Little stale grab after that. 360 into a backside 180. In wakeboarding, you can use that rope to stop your rotation mid-spin. Backside 720. Luca Kidd getting through the second pass. Nothing crazy bombs right now, but there it is. Nice, Luca.
Okay, Luca.
And I could hear him screaming on the water right now through my headphones. Luca Kidd is fired up right now, and this is what I'm talking about. If Luca can put down 2 of these kind of runs, and his bag of tricks on the double up is deep, so he's got a banger. I think he's finished top 3 at Double or Nothing the last few years, so he's got it, man. If he can put down I'm interested to see how easy or how hard he goes on this double up. Does he go hard twice, or does he just go easy and then strategery?
If I'm Luca, I'm going for it right now. I mean, the first two guys,
I think so too.
stand-up runs. Yeah, Maxime maybe didn't connect on his double-up. Corey did. I think you have to go all out. This is the finals.
Yeah, I think you got to go for this double up because I think Luca could do that run again if he wanted to. I don't think that run was that crazy hard for him to where if he fell on this double up going for the win, that he couldn't go back and do that run to have himself another look at the double up for the win again in round 2.
Well, and you don't want to go, into the next round, everyone stands up, and then you're just feeling like you left a whole lot on the table. And like you said, this is his strength. This is where that style and the double up really is a specialty. So if he can put it down and do something a little different than everyone else here, that's going to be
Yeah, Luca can get it done off of a bunch of different types of double ups, man. I've seen him hit some really crabby ones that rolled over, wobbly, all over the place, over-teed, open. He can really get tough and buck it down. Let's go, Luca!
Let's go! He is fired up, per the usual. We love his emotion. It's pure.
In his interviews.
And we love his interviews. He's kind of a wild card, but again, it's all about the characters here on tour, and we love this guy.
Yeah, if we had more Lucas, I wouldn't be mad. But if we had too many Lucas, I'd be mad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like, can't live with him, can't live without him type thing, for sure.
All right. Luca coming back around as Trevor Hansen drives that super back around, teeing up into that double up. A right hand, opting to go for a right hand double up. Luca typically wraps up his double ups. I'm calling possibly backside 900.
I like it.
And honestly, if he could get a back 9 right here, that would be pretty insane. Gets off clean. Oh, backside to the 0, backside 360 into a frontside 360. So not what I saw coming, but I love it. Shake it up. Never know what Luca's going to do right there. Make sure I called that trick right when I see this double up replay.
While we tee up that replay, let's send it down to the dock. We've got Corey Tunison fresh off the water. Corey, not too bad, eh?
Yeah, I mean, pretty stoked. Like, not perfect, obviously. There was like one little bobble in there on the back 9. Like, I felt like I was in control the whole time, but it just felt like it was deep. And like the boys kind of told me that it was like an ostrich, like almost got my head in the water. So, but hey, I'm like second event in for the year. First event of the PWT, and hey, I've had 2 stand-up passes and 2 finals so far. So like, I'm just trying to keep this momentum going, and let's just freaking see what happens, man. This is like,
where do you go from here? Do you try to build your run, or do you try to pick a harder double up? Seems like that double up's a pretty tough one, but a consistent one for you. Is there any room on the table to where you can put together a better down and back before your double up, or do you want to improve your double up?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to clean up a couple things for sure. And like, there's one thing I've kind of been doing. I hope kind of like tweaked my ankle during the week on something this week, so I've kind of been like avoiding doing that. It's not like a game changer, but it kind of just like adds variety to my runs. So now that like I've put one down and looking pretty solid for the rest of the final, now I can just kind of go balls to the wall and just clean everything up and really do like the game plan, really do like exactly what I want to do, and hopefully that puts me in a good spot. So we'll see.
You've got your dad in the stands today. He came all the way from Australia to watch you ride. How fun is that to have him here at the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour?
Yeah, it's epic. Like, it was actually kind of funny how all this came about. So he was going to come over and just like spend a week in Orlando, and like he loves it over here in the States. And when he booked his flights, he actually didn't even know this event was like coming out until it like the schedule came out like a couple weeks afterwards. So he literally looked at his flight, and I was like, bro, like you land on qualifying day. So it was literally like the most perfect timing ever. And he landed yesterday, flew straight from Sydney to Dallas, and he hopped straight in the car and drove here, and he literally got here like 5 minutes before the first rider of the qualifying yesterday. So he's been frothing. He's like the biggest wake dad ever. He loves coming to events and loves hanging out and like catching up with everyone again. So he's frothing. And I mean, for me, like, dude, I struggle being away from home for so long and being away from my family and my partner and everything. So to have a little bit of home,
We we absolutely love that, and I'm sure he does as well. Solid first run. We'll see what you got here in the second one.
Thanks, appreciate it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Judy.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
All right, here we got Luca's double up replay right now. Coming in, wrapped up. Yeah, backside 360, front side 360, technically a 0. You're spinning a 360 one way and a 360 the exact opposite way, stopping it mid-flight. You can only pretty much do that on a wakeboard with a wakeboard handle connected to the boat in your hand. So interesting double up right there. Luca Kidd's currently in second place. Corey's still on top. Maxime Rowe in third. And here we go. Gunther Oka starting it off with a Mute Mode Cry 40 for his first pass here in the finals.
Really case in the wake there. Not exactly how you want to start your finals run, but it doesn't mean he is out. Gunther, again, cool, calm, collected. He knows what he's doing out there. Has all the tricks to win it, but it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's not going to get rattled from having a bad first trick, it's Gunther. He seems very put together out there, very in a good headspace, and it seems like no matter what the variables or anything kind of throws at him, he's able to handle that. And we've seen it behind the boat. We've seen this on cable. He's probably one of arguably the greatest all-around wakeboarders on the planet right now. So for the fact that, he's here at the PWT, putting in his time at this event when they're doing the biggest rail event in pretty much the entire year right now in Germany at LAO, for the fact that he wants to be here and showing up for this event shows, how bad he wants to win and take down one of these Pro Tour stops, man. So here we go. Looking at a replay from one of the first tricks, a Pete Rose 540 there for Gunther. He's really the only ones who's kind of doing those tricks. I think we saw one other person do that trick here today, but Gunther with a unique set of tricks that he displays.
That's right, starting his second pass. These guys, 2 passes, you fall, you're done. You're out of there. So you really need to stand up 2 and make it to that double up.
Yeah, very important. You get to the double up and make the double up. Like I said, backside 900 there for Gunther Oka. A super technical spin right there. He's going to like that. The judges are going to like that. I know, I like that. And there is a Mute Mode 540, getting a huge kick on that all the way to the trough, wrapping back up, wasting no time. Gunther Oka coming in and a wrap KGB 540. It is crazy how easy these guys do these wrap KGB 540s, man. Really impressive. And on to the double up, Gunther goes. He's got to like those 2 passes. Maybe a little bit of a case on his first trick on that Crow 5. But all in all, I think he's really pumped with that. Toe back 7. Back 9, Pete 5, he's got it, man.
Yeah, he really turned it on. His run really progressed from start to finish, getting much more technical, higher in difficulty, and just overall smoother. So really finishing strong. And of course, now he gets a double up. Let's check out this Roswell replay. Yeah, that back 9, so sick.
Got a good grab on that too. Really gonna like that. Coming back in. And that was lofty too, man. That looks so fun to do.
Super fun.
Gunther Oka. Maybe just slapping that grab, but who really cares? That was pretty nice, man.
We'd love to see it. Now, when these guys are about to hit this double up, are they telling the boat driver, I want it open, I want it closed? Do they have a lot of say in how this is driven?
Yeah, they actually do. He tells Trevor, he goes, I want a left double up or right double up. And yeah, they'll tell him like pretty teed up or pretty open. No one really, with the wakes as big as they are nowadays, you don't really, maybe in the past, in the early days of double up, you could over tee them to get a little bit more kick. But the double ups, the wakes are so big behind that super right now to where they're pretty much saying either teed up. I bet most of them say a little bit open. The last thing you want in a wakeboard contest is to be it too teed up and to have it froth over to where you can't even have a chance of getting the trick done. Kind of what happened to Maxine, if you go just a smidge more open, you can, maybe you don't get the same like kick or like line tension, but you're guaranteed yourself almost a good takeoff, which could be sometimes more valuable than the other variables, so.
Yeah, and with only one shot at the double up, you kind of you kind of have to play it safe as far as how it's driven, and like you said, keeping it open ensures that it's on the cleaner side of things. Of course, no one wants to get hung up on the double up.
No, I'm really curious to see what Gunther is going to do here, man. He's capable. He's won my double or nothing event in the past, so he has a bag of tricks, and I feel like he's really good at hitting double ups compared to maybe some of the rest of the field. So what's Gunther Oka going to do here? Opting, it looks like, for a left-hand double up. First rider to do a left-hand double up today.
Like you said, Gunther, you know, his bag of tricks is just so deep. He's so versatile and has hit so many double ups.
Coming in slightly open, opting second roller, and that looked like a little zero, maybe a backside, frontside 360 into a backside 360. I believe we saw a couple other riders do that. Pretty technical trick, maybe not the hardest double up trick that we've seen today, but Gunther is one of the riders who wants to build from his first run, and he'll almost guarantee that he's going to put down a solid run on his first one and then build from there instead of going vice versa.
Yeah, there's a lot of different strategies. Let's check out the Roswell replay here on Gunther's double up.
Yeah, he's not going to be super happy with that one. He kind of missed the grab. Typically when they change rotations on that, they want to be grabbing. So he didn't get the best kick, didn't get the best grab, but he did stand up, hair's dry, double up's made. But now, let's go down to the greatest interviewer on the planet.
No pressure, Luca.
No, Brad. I'm just kidding, Luca.
Best hair on tour. What up, Luca?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing?
We're great. How do you feel after that first run? Not too bad, eh?
Well, I'm pretty stoked right now, to be honest.
You should be.
I landed 8 tricks and then stomped a beast of a double up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everyone's ripping right now. We're all on fire. This is going to shape up to be a pretty sick final. I'm just very glad to be a part of it and putting some stuff down, you know.
Oh man, it seems like you got a little bit more. I've seen you do some bangers off the double up and double or nothing. Are you going to try to one up your run or your double up? What room do you have to improve, you think?
I'm probably going to up the run. I did my safe run, stuff that I knew I would land with everything I needed, and then I landed my dub, and I was like, if I do that, I'm just going to go out and one up like 3 or 4 of my tricks from the run, try put down the same dub, and then, you know, hopefully put it up and then pop up a couple positions, and but, you know, we'll see how she goes. We will see how she goes.
I like it. Yeah, I don't like Luca and safe in the same sentence. I think we need to up the ante, buddy. Let the dogs out.
I like it. I like it safe when I land 8 tricks in a double up. That don't really happen that much to me, does it? Let's be honest.
Fair enough. All right, well, we can't wait to see what you throw down in your second pass. Thanks, Luca. Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
Go get it, bud.
I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.
He's got a point.
He's got a point.
All right, Gunther's score coming in. It puts him in third place, 87.33. So Luca's still holding that second spot. That's pretty exciting for him. Love to see him potentially making the podium for sure.
Man, I think the second round of this finals is going to be lit,
Fire.
man. It's going to be crazy because we're not. I mean, now we got Shota coming off. We got Nick Rappa next, and then, you know. And it's just getting started. That's just halfway done with the finals. And like Lucas said, everyone is ripping right now. Everyone's laying it down. The boys are fired up. And the wind's backing off. It's really, conditions are perfect. We are in for the setting for an insane final right now. And Shota Tsuzuka, first run, coming in for his first trick.
That's right, Shota, long time Pro Wakeboard Tour veteran, oldest competitor here on tour. He is no stranger to a finals, but he's not taken the top spot yet, so we'll see what he can throw down.
Yeah, I'm really pulling for Shota to get his first Pro Tour victory, man. I think it'd be important for him to have cork backside or frontside heel side 720 right there, starting it off with a nice nose grab on that chromo. So Shota showing that he's in the zone, he's clean, he's calm, he's collected, he's pulling it together. But Shota knows he needs to squeeze that throttle hard, man. He's had a lot of podiums, but he wants that top dog spot, and he's really got to get over the weight cleaner if you're going to try to get a good spot on top of the podium, because really, with only 8 tricks in the double up, you don't have room to case that double up, or to that wake jump right there. So it's like, because that's almost, as a judge, it's almost like a wash. Like, it really takes a lot off of that trick when you do a toe 9 or back 7 or whatever he did there, and kind of just case that hard.
It can be the difference in a finals. I mean, when you've got everyone standing at the run, we're almost 5 riders in, and we haven't seen a fall yet, Park. So casing the wake is going to be, you know, that difference maker for first and second and third, getting on the podium.
Yeah, that's a good point. When you're not judging falls, you're judging every trick against each other. How well did he grab it? Did he do what he intended to do? You know, nice move there for Shota. And, you know, did he get over the wake? Did he land it clean and stuff? So these judges are really dissecting these tricks as much as they can. Pete Rose 540 right there for Shota. Looking a lot different than the other ones we've seen. Shota, super wide stance on that board. Coming in toe side. That was a cool looking toe backside 540. Super corked and loftied out the back. Really like that one. Judges
little Aaron
like
Rappy on it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Bill. And a front mob 540 Shota to Zuka. Those showing the landing gear on those legs, even with a knee brace on. Stomping that front mob 540. And again, Lex, no falls here in the final. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, you know, and that's where we have to start critiquing a little bit tighter and closer, because it's like you said, you're not judging falls, you're really judging how well is this trick executed, amplitude, how clean is it landed, and then style, right? Like, that always comes into play, and that's something that the judges get to decide, but man, would not be an easy job today.
No. Even though I would rather judge trick to trick against each other, as opposed, sometimes it's harder to judge falls against, like, he fell, but then he got up and he did some better tricks, but he had a fall. So it's like, as a judge, it makes it kind of hard to, like, do you judge the tricks that he didn't get with the fall? I just really like this kind of, like, no fall rule in getting 2 separate runs, because it takes the fall completely out of it. Your run is in the trash can once you fall, period.
Right,
and
definitely.
you're just forced to judge the tricks against each other. And when the guys are doing a handful of the tricks, you got to really appreciate Shota doing a couple different tricks right there. We haven't seen that front mob 540 done by any other rider, so maybe the judges are going to reward that, and maybe give them a little something, you know.
Well, and taking it to the flats, most guys are going wake to wake today. We haven't really seen anyone, you know, charge it and go massive. So taking that trick a little bit farther into flats, that's the kind of stuff that the judges are looking for. How are you going to set yourself apart and differentiate from the rest of the guys who are also just absolutely throwing down? But you got to mix it up.
That's a good point. You know, I think anytime you can grab the board a little different, go out into the flats, pick a different diverse trick that not a lot of guys are doing. You know, I used to remember trying to just do some tricks that a lot of the other guys weren't trying to do. And as a judge, when I would judge, I would weigh that super heavy. I feel like the people who are doing, most riders almost do like the same 2 handful of tricks. So anytime you can get some outside tricks that they're implementing into their run, I really like that coming from a judge on just like, hey, there's not a lot of guys doing that trick. And it's not because it's easy. It's a tough one to do, but you've opted to go out there, learn it, and apply it into your run.
Definitely, and it sets you apart. You know, you want to be top of mind after those 6 riders. You want to be the guy that stood out in the judges' mind for sure. Shota Tezuka representing Japan, standing up his 2 passes, but that gets him a double up. He's the 5th rider in the Pro Wakeboard Final here at the Pro Wakeboard Tour stop number 1. We're in Fort Worth, Texas, and these finals are absolutely going off.
Yep, Shota, he typically does a heel side 900 almost every year in my tournament, or maybe a heel side 1080, but I'm interested to see, front side 900 and not even close to clearing that wake. You can see Shota went straight up on that double up and tons of vert on that, and from that drone view of BT, he came up about 3 feet short on that one. That was no good. I actually wonder if Shota's all right on that one.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of an ankle killer. That's our first fall of finals.
The first fall. It's pretty crazy.
5th guy in. We only have 1 rider to go in this first round of the Pro Wakeboard Final. Nick Rappa off the dock next. Shota Tezuka just going down on that double up, but standing up his 2 passes as well. It's going to be interesting here. I think everyone's got a little bit of room for improvement, but steep competition after the first 5 riders so far.
Yeah, we're going to watch this replay of Shota's double up. And really goes straight up, grabs it, and just, oh my gosh, dude.
Ouch.
He fell straight to the bottom of the lake on that one. That one did not look good. I hope Shota's all right. But now let's throw it down to Gunther Oka. Gunther, stand-up pass. Looked pretty good, man. He got some room for improvement. Looks like that double up could have been a little bit tighter, a little bit more snipped up and put together. Walk us through some of the good, some of the bad of that first round.
Dude, this final's off its head right now as you saw Shota freaking. I had the same reaction as you. Oh my god! But yeah, man, stoked to put down 9. Definitely some room for improvement coming into that second round. That's the beauty of the second round, is we can kind of get all of our ducks in a row and then really try to just like smash it out. But the riding right now is unbelievable, and just pumped to be a part of it. But yeah, missing a couple grabs and a couple little things for housekeeping. So
with how you rode in that first run, will you keep most of your tricks the same and just try to clean it up, or are you going to switch it up?
Nah, I got one more up my sleeve. I think I'll try to actually 1 or 2. So try to just keep on upping that ante, you know.
Right on. You've always got a couple tricks up your sleeve, and we can't wait to see it. Like you said, finals absolutely going off. Let's see what you can do here in the second round.
Love it. Thank you, guys.
Let's go, brother.
I mean, you gotta love Gunther. He's professional, put together, super steezy. I mean, he's kind of the full package when it comes to a professional athlete and a wakeboarder. But I know he's got more in the tank for this second run.
Yeah, and I think he knows he does too. I think he's won enough pro events on cable and behind boat to where he knows kind of where he stands. And he probably knows roughly what the guys behind him or in front of him are capable of. So he can kind of see a little bit into the future, I think, of what on the predictability of what some of these guys, how they're riding and what they're going to do in the conditions in front of them right now. You know, I think when they got super good conditions like we have, it's very scary for, you know, guys like Corey could go out there and, you know, even a loose cannon like Maxime. You know, I feel like if I was Nick Rappa or Corey, I would want rough water out there to mess up my opponents. I feel like those guys are really strong riders, really strong, like just through and through, and anytime there's a wind or chop, it seems like those guys will typically prevail.
Yeah, you know, the conditions do play a role in this. One of those guys you were just talking about, Nick Rappa, he is an absolute competitor, stone cold, means business, wants only the win. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That is very uncharacteristic of Nick.
Yeah, I was actually just giving him props, and we were just talking about how long it's been since he's fallen on that trick. And I think we might have jinxed him on that one, but
The
Nick,
classic announcer jinx right there.
yeah, we did it. But he almost 5, a little squirreled out, a little slip around, but back into a toe side 900 on that one, and double toe back roll. So Rappa knows that he's got to keep it together. Indy Moby Dick, a little wobbly on the first one. Looks like he kind of just rushed through those last 3 tricks. You know, it seems like we see most guys almost finishing a little bit more towards the end of that pass, and it looks like since he slipped up on that, he just kept his head down and kept on going. But
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just very uncharacteristic of any, you know, bobble or slip up, especially on that trick that we've been talking about since his second final or semifinal run. But him being the competitor that he is, he's not going to let it affect him here in his second pass. We will see what he can do. Last guy off the dock, he knows exactly what he has to do to win.
yeah, I mean, he definitely wants to get his name up on top right now and get it on top of that leaderboard coming into the second round. Toe side 900 right there. Nick's got a big bag of tricks. It's very interesting that not too many people have fallen. You know, I think it really sets the stage for this next round to be like almost a super final. Double tantrum. I believe people called that the temper tantrum back in the day, but making it its appearance here again. Really, one of the harder double flips you're going to see. Back in toe side, a blind Pete invented by Danny Harf. More of a silky kind of rotation on that. The spin rolls right into the actual roll of the trick. And the last trick, it looks like he left a little early on that. A corked backside 7. The way he does that back 7 is one of my favorite. He really corks it out the back. Doesn't do it wrapped. But, you know what? It got the better of him on that one. No double up for Nick Rappa. and going down on that cork back 7.
Yeah, he was the last rider in the first round of our Pro Wakeboard Final. We've got 6 guys vying for the top spot, but they've got to stand up 2 passes to make it to the double up. Now, through the first 5, we had 5 stand-up runs, 5 double-ups. Nick being the first to fall on his last trick, which means he does not get that double-up. That's going to make things super interesting.
Yeah, it means he's going to be at the bottom of the pack, not knowing like how he's going to go. So, man, I just think that now that we have so many guys with no falls and a really good run underneath their belt, I feel like the reins are off, so to speak. The blinders are off. I feel like the boys are going to be seeing red on this round, and they are really, truly going to be going for this as hard as they can.
Yeah, let's check out this Roswell replay, that double tantrum. Like you said, one of the harder double flips that anyone is doing out there.
And you see it just kicked him straight up on that one. Kind of a weird kick on that for Nick Rappa, but that's going to wrap up his wrap it up for Rappa on his first run. Here in the finals at the first stop of the PWT, Shota Tezuka down on the dock right now. How you doing, Showtime? How'd that double up feel? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm feeling still good, and yeah, I'm kind of pumped for to be in the final for sure.
Yeah, man, it looks like you could be about a few inches shorter after the landing on that on that last
Yeah,
one. I've never seen anyone case that hard. What do you want to fix in going into the second round here? In the second run, what do you want to trim up, and what do you want to make better besides not being shorter on the double up?
I mean, to be honest, like this final, it's been one of the gnarly. I mean, just even started at the first of the year, and I was 5th off the dock. Everyone crushed it. So just to stick with my game plan on the first run, and I'm just gonna try to throw everything else on the second run.
Love it, man. Well, good luck coming into the second run here. Everyone's standing up. Everyone's throwing down. Let's go out there and get that first victory. How about that, Show? Let's get it, baby.
Sounds good. I'll try.
Let's go.
Showtime. Let's do it. Love it, Parks. We're about to get started with our second round of the Pro Wakeboard Final here in Fort Worth, Texas. Marine Creek Reservoir. I mean, the conditions are holding out for now. Glassy waters. A little bit of sun, a little bit of overcast. Not too hot. You know, Texas can be a little brutal at times. But
it could be a real scorcher. Yesterday it was a real heater, I heard, when they were doing all the qualifying and the boys were setting up the Pro Tour site and stuff. So, but you're right. You know, it's overcasty. It's kind of nice. Not too bright. Wind's laying down. Good little crowd on shore right now. So people are enjoying it. The riders are riding good. And we are straight into the top of the finals again for the second run here in the finals at the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour. And Maxime Rowe, man, I think, like you said, he's got a little bit of a room to improve on the double up, but he was super psyched with that first trick. I personally know he has a couple more tricks that he could tie into this, so I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
yeah, Maxime representing France.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Going down on his first.
Dude, was that a Moby Dick 7 that he was going for? Man, that was crazy.
Oh, just
man, really going for that. I mean, what a good way to start off the run right there. Just going straight up for a Mob 7. Let's see let's watch this replay and make sure I'm calling this right. But yeah, coming off. Yeah, you could argue that's a Moby Dick 7.
That is a Moby Dick 7, but just going down. Maxime out of France, the first rider off the dock in the second round of this Pro Wakeboard Final. We've got 5 riders to go. That means Maxime will not make the podium today, but we've got 5 guys left, and literally anything could happen with these next 5 riders.
And I think you're going to see that, Lex. I think like after everyone kind of like having that good stand-up run, I think you're going to see, unfortunately, you might see guys go down early in the run, but they're going to be swinging way harder. They're going to be throttling out way harder. Like, they are going to be going for broke on this one, and that's all you really can do. Once you have a good, like, for instance, you know, Maxime, he had a 85 going into that second run, so he had plenty of room to just go for it. And you got to leave it all on the table. The worst thing is to get back on the airplane and be like, I should have done that. I should have tried this. Like, leave it all on the table. Feel good about it. Get back in the rental car and be like, I tried my best.
Yeah, and maybe not on the podium, but 85 is still, he still had a solid run and a great way to start this Pro Wakeboard Tour season in a final with a stand-up run, hitting the dub. I mean, he's got something to be proud of, and being one of the younger guys on tour is definitely going to be a force.
You're 100% right. And he's just coming off an injury, maybe I think it's like a year and a half ago, he just did his ACL. So for the fact that he's got back up on top of that, he's putting in the time, he's riding with La Familia down in Winter Haven, and it shows, man. He's looked so good on the water when I watched him ride the other day. Qualified for the finals here, just off of the podium. How can that not be an overall win in Maxime's mind right now, I feel.
Something to be proud of for sure. Next off the dock, we have our current first place rider, Corey Tunison. No stranger to competition. Lots of dubs on his belt.
Yep. Corey's capable. And sometimes you just got to jump in the water right there, get the hair wet.
I like a little deep water start. Keep it classic. Corey's dad's in the stands all the way from Australia today. Pretty fun to have him here in attendance. I know Corey's a big family guy, so
yeah. He told me, he goes, I didn't know they were doing a live stream. He goes, I came over here because I didn't know they were doing the live stream, and I get here all the way from Australia and I find out they're doing a live stream. I should have just stayed in Australia. Nah, he's psyched to be here. Man, Corey's got to be psyched that he's on top right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun place to be, right? Going into your second run when you can just kind of let it out on the line, knowing that you don't really have much to lose. Coming off a great first run. We'll see what he changes up, what he keeps the same. But like you said earlier, Corey's just having fun with it now. And we appreciate that. Big smile on his face.
Yep. Heel side, 900 there, starting it off with Corey Tunison. A lot of spins there, handcuffing up to a wrap trick. And man. just loses the handle on the very first handle pass of that wrap back 900. And we're seeing two falls early. The trend continues. These guys have laid down a solid first run. In the second run, they're just getting maybe, I don't know if they're squeezing a little harder or if they're just getting a little complacent, but it seems like we're seeing some big slip-ups from Maxime and Corey as well. And we're going to watch the replay real quick of what went wrong on Corey's back nine. Off the wake, just loses that first or second handle pass, and once you lose one, you lose them all. And that'll wrap it up. Corey's still on top right now, still in the lead here in the finals at the first stop of the PWT. But Lex, we got Maxime down on the dock right now. Maxime, how'd that second pass go? We know you went down, unfortunately, a little early. Was that Moby Dick 7 or back 7?
It was Moby 7.
Yeah.
First trick, I tried to go all in and I just slipped the front handle. That's unfortunate.
So you had your fingers on it and it just popped it, huh?
Yeah. No, I had the back hand, and when I tried to put the other hand on, that's where I missed it. That sucks.
Unfortunate, but hey, a solid first run coming in with an 85. It's the first Pro Wakeboard Tour stop of the season. Parks and I were talking. We still think you can chalk it up as a win for yourself. Not too shabby.
Yeah. That's good weekend for sure for me, for sure.
Yeah, man. I think you got to look at the positives. It's like you came in first stop. You're just getting off of an injury, just like a year and a half ago. You did your ACL. So the fact that you're back riding, you got on top of the ACL. You're riding with La Familia all the day down there in Winter Haven. And from what I watch you ride down there, you're capable of winning any one of these events, man. And for the fact that you've made it into the final in fourth spot as of right now, that chalk that up as a win. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself, man.
Yeah, I am sure. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thanks, Maxine. I mean, like any true competitor, we can tell him we're proud of him, that he did a great job, but you can tell he really wanted to be on the podium.
Sounds good while we have shoes on sitting in a chair.
Exactly. You did great. No, we are truly proud of him. Like you said, he was your horse going into this thing, so I know based on that he's going to be a force and a competitor for the rest of the season for sure. Next off the dock, we've got Luca Kidd, a fan favorite, a
Yep.
wild card. He had a solid first run, and he's just absolutely amping on that, but he's ready to build here in the second round.
Yeah, Luca's so fired up right now. And I feel like when he gets fired up, anytime Luca's got a crowd in front of him, he shows up. I'm telling you, double or nothing, Pack Shores there, dude. He gets so fired up. He interacts with the crowd, and anytime I feel like the pressure's on or the event kind of apexes, this is his time to shine. So if he can keep a cool head right here and kind of get into it, I think he can get through his first 3 tricks right here. He's going to get it. And little case there, wobbly. We saw a lot of riders back off that first trick, and maybe Luca should have maybe done that, but he pulled through. Slight case. I don't think the judges are going to attack him too hard for that one. Backside 900. There you go, Luca. Wrap back 9. That's what we saw Corey kind of bobble on. So the fact that Luca did that clean, Corey kind of bobbled, maybe that could be something that puts him ahead of Corey in the judge's mind. Wrap, heel side 900. Really solid grab there for Luca. Luca is flowing. He's in the zone. Keep it going, Luca.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Damn. Wrap Moby Dick 5. Dude, Luca is on fire right now. I think that he's got 4 more tricks to put down, and then if he can get to the double up, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Throwing that fist up mid-run. That's what we love about Luca. Yeah, mid-run, but I'm going to take a little time to selly.
I like it. Luca's full of emotions, man. And whether he's doing good or doing bad, he's going to be hitting the water or slapping it or throwing up like it's some shakas, man. That was a pretty bolt backside 900 right there. Solid, great view on that hill 9 right there. BT, love that.
Back-to-back 900s for Luca. Currently in second place. See what he can do. He's really got to turn it on here to beat out Corey Tunison for that top spot.
That did that handcuff, kind of a wrap, backside toe back 720. Maybe a slight case on that, but I didn't see really any water come up or anything too bad. So, Luca, what does he have? 1 more trick to do, or 2 more?
2 more.
2 more. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. I think he wanted a little bit more right there. Luca wrapping it back up. 1 more trick before his double up. The wrap KGB 540, putting it down nicely, mate. Yeah, Luca's going to be psyched with that. Maybe 1 trick he left on the table, but all in all, that's his hair's dry. Riding really good, and Luca seems pretty fired up right now. Although he just looked at the boat and gave a little shrug, so...
He knows that he left a little bit out there, but, I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs right now. We're looking at 2 stand-up passes once again. Check out this replay. So clean.
So clean, man. Looks like a rolled blind. He does it so easy. So nice. Get a little whip out. Take a big, deep breather. Get ready for this double up.
He said he was going to go for the same.
What did he do last time? He did a 0, right?
He did a 0, but super solid grab.
Right.
Complete stop. One of the best to do it for sure. I don't know. Do you think I don't know.
I'm wondering if he thinks that first run was better than the first run was better than his second run.
That's what I'm thinking. So in that case, then
if he thinks the first run was better than his second, I think he's going to go for a different double up. As opposed to I don't know. I think he would go for a harder double up trick here, but he's already done his backside 900, so he can't really use that. I don't really know what he's going to do wrap coming in heel side. Besides doing that 0 extremely good. Maybe, the double up's really big right now. So if he can get into one and really just punt one into the air, which Luca is completely capable of doing, then that 0 could possibly get him the dub here right now.
And in the event that, this second run wasn't as strong as his first, he's got nothing to lose. And man, boy, do I love watching a double up when someone's got nothing to lose.
It is nice. That's the beauty of it, man. Anytime you can just leave it down leave everything on the mat and just huck it down. That's what that's all you can hope for, really. And Luca opting to go with a right hand double up. And I believe that was the same direction as he did on the other one. So, yep, Luca wrapped up. Looked like he's going to be coming in heel side.
La Familia on the edge of their seats, baby.
Yeah, you better believe it. Not only that, we see someone down here on the edge of the seats. Yep, the crowd is anticipating this one. Can he get in clean, get into the air? Oh, big boot. Oh! Man, he got a great kick on that one. Almost just too good. The line tension might have been a little too hard coming off that double up, and it just spun him like a yo-yo.
Check the Roswell replay here on Luca's double up. Got absolutely punted, but just a little bit thrown off there in the air. I mean, solid first run. He's still in second place. It's great to see Luca do well, and I'm sure he'll be fired up. But right now, we've got Tooney down on the dock. Corey, maybe not as good as your first run.
Yeah, just slightly off than the first one, for sure.
Well, you got off in that first run with a good start. Sometimes it's all you could do, in the second one. Where'd you go wrong on that, you think?
Dude, honestly, I just blew it. It felt perfect off the wake, and I literally just rushed the header passes, but I don't know, this stuff's hard to do back-to-back twice in a row, so my lungs are gassed.
Right on. Well, that first run still has you on the top spot. You're in a pretty good place right now. What does it mean to you to be back here at the Pro Wakeboard Tour for the what? How many years is this?
I think this is like 11 now. But yeah, I mean, this is sick, obviously managed to do well last year and took the tour out, and to come into the first event of the year and have like a lot of momentum, put like a solid run down in the first one, sitting pretty solid, like half the field's gone for their second pass already. I'm still sitting on top, so I guess that's just got to hold out, and I just got to play the waiting game now. I hate this stuff. It's literally the worst.
When you're last off the dock, it's all in your hands. Now it's out of your hands. It's all in everyone else's. So you sit back, keep your fingers crossed, like you said earlier, and hope for the best. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I hate the waiting game. I'd rather it all on my shoulders. I'd rather be last off the dock and set my own destiny. But I mean, hey, I'm stoked. This has been an epic event, and I've ridden relatively well through the event. So, yeah, I'm stoked, man. This is sick. Hell yeah. Stop number one. Let's go.
We're stoked for you. Hate it or love it, you gotta wait, brother.
Yeah, I know. let's get this going. Hurry up.
All right, we'll see what happens. But as always, great talking to you, Corey.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And
go hang with your pops.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Man.
Oh, just a smile on his face. I mean, it helps when you're in the top spot, but it's interesting because, yeah, Corey's used to being one of the last guys off the dock as opposed to being, the second off the dock, so there's nothing he can do about it now but wait and just see what happens.
Yeah, that's interesting, his take on it. He would rather be last off the dock, all the pressure. If he wins, he loses, that's all on him. When he's already done his riding, he's just sitting there with your feet in the grass, and it's completely out of your control, completely out of your hands. That's got to be an empty feeling, possibly, as opposed to, putting all the pressure on. And if you win, it's because it's something that you came under pressure and pulled through. But
right, and next off the dock, we've got Gunther. Now he's in third place right now, which sounds great and all, but he still has two riders left, Shota and Nick. So he's kind of got to throw something down, either to take a higher spot or just to solidify that number 3 spot on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in number 3 right now, and and I think we talked to him, he has some room to make up. He has some tricks that he can definitely do, and that's a better start right there. He could definitely capitalize on his double up a little bit more, lock down that grab, get a little bit better kick. He's definitely, this run looks a lot better than the start from his first one. Coming in wrap. There it is, Pete Rose 540 again, back-to-back Pete 5s. Really cool to see. Getting a lot of loft on this. Really taking this time, getting off the wake, and you're seeing just the loftiness on how easy and early he gets these tricks done. Wrap toe, backside 720. Solid pass there for Gunther. Exactly what he was looking for.
Wow, like you said, I mean, in the first round, casing a couple, just leaving a lot of room for improvement. Not much there in the second round. I mean, he was getting the amplitude and landing everything so clean. That's the Gunther that we know and love. He's got to be stoked on that, but now he's got to stand up this second pass and hit the double up.
Yeah, he's got a couple more bangers he's got to do in this pass. I think we're going to see a KGB 5. We're going to see maybe a back 9, but and then he's going to go for that double up and try to lock down that 0 probably a little bit better. He really didn't get a good kick, missed the grab on it, kind of really didn't get all the way through the rotations on the 0. The judges really want to see you spin 360 one way, be grabbing it, and then initiate your spin the other way, and they can tell if you shortcut it. So they're going to be looking for that to be done better. And damn, really nice heel 9 there for Gunther to start off his second pass.
Very, very solid. Gunther Oka sitting in 3rd place.
There it is.
Nice.
Backside 900. Gunther throwing a couple bolts and cables in this thing. The mute mode, I believe he did that 5 on his first pass maybe, but the KGB 540, Gunther back to the double up. You know, I think he feels better about that run right there than his first one. Obviously, he wants to tighten up his double up from his first run, but I think that second run was a 1-up from compared to his first one. So, looking to better that 3rd place position he has right now, as long as he can kind of do this 0 a little bit better than he did in the first round.
Yeah, and a game of inches, as we're calling it, it's about those technicalities and the execution. And although he stood up his first runs, that was executed so much better. I mean, I think he feels better about it. I feel better about it.
Yeah, he should, man. He should. Well, we got 2 more riders off the dock, and then that will conclude the first stop to the Pro Wakeboard Tour here in Fort Worth, Texas, man. All the way to the final. Shota Tezuka and Nick Rappa left. And anything can happen out of these. I'm really pulling for Shota to try to get his first Pro Tour victory. I think that would be, and like we said, we talked to him, and he left a little bit on the table last year. So I think Shota's going to want to come in pretty fired up for this final, man. We're watching a little bit of a replay from Gunther Oka right now. KGB 540.
Locked in. He's in the zone. One
really
final trick, and it's going to be off the double up. We saw that 0 from Gunther in the first round of the finals, but room for improvement. You know, like you said, the execution just wasn't necessarily on point. Could hold that grab a little bit more. And that trick is so hard because you're literally stopping your rotation. You're turning one way, spinning one way, stopping and then spinning the other way, but you have to get all the way around for those judges to really credit you and reward you.
Yeah, 100%. It's a very tough trick to do, and it's even a harder trick to do right. Like, I mean, that's coming from someone who's never done one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say they're easy, but it's another to say it's hard when you've never done one. So that just goes to show how talented these guys are out here, and just, you know, how stylish and versatile everyone's getting. It's really fun to see people bringing their own flavor and things evolving as wakeboarding grows. And
100%.
And
yeah, you said it right. Because I've tried that. I used to try that back in the day. I used to think of that trick, to do a 360 and then just stop and go the other way. And I would try it, and I think I wasn't trying it wrapped. We were trying to handle pass. It just seemed like impossible to do. So, like, as I started to see these guys start to do the 3-1 and then the 0, and, you know, you're seeing a bunch of different ones, like 540 to 360. You're seeing all different types of ones. So it's pretty crazy and refreshing to see how far the sport's come. Enough of that. Gunther Oka, well, we're talking about a 0. That's what he went for. Can he get into this double up and lock it down a little bit better? I think that was a little bit better. I think he got the grab. Yeah, I think he got the grab on that one. So, yeah, Gunther's going to be pumped. It was really kind of hard to tell from that angle, but it definitely looked like he got a better kick and looked like he grabbed that and completed that 0 a lot better than what we talked about on this interview with him a little bit ago.
He's sure stoked. Gunther came into this pass in 3rd place, but there's still 2 top gunners after him, so he has got to be stoked. We'll see where the judges put him after that killer run and great double up. Here we're watching the Roswell replay.
Yeah, that was a lot better. Didn't slip the grab there. Gunther's showing some emotion.
Yeah, baby.
Fired up right now.
Love to see it. All right, Luca Kidd down on the dock. Luca, hey, not a bad day, eh?
No, not at all. Actually, I'm pretty stoked. Kind of second pass, like it was off, and then it was on, and then it was off. Like did the chromo, but then after that I was like, right, might as well go rogue, and then ended up landing the back 9 and the cab 9, and then I was like on, and then I blew the second last trick, and I was like, oh well. But you know, I'm happy with how the day's gone. It's a lot better than, you know, could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, you should be pumped, man. What were you going for off the double up right there? Saw like a backside 7 into like a late grab, maybe, or you just stop right there?
It was gonna be like a back 7 melon front 3, but I just got a weird takeoff and like kind of. It was just gonna be a crowd pleaser, really, you know, a little bit of style. But I ended up getting folded, so I guess it was a crowd pleaser because I took a good little crash.
It was indeed very on brand for you, Luca. How stoked are you to come here to the first stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour and really, you know, do something that you're proud of?
Oh, it's a great way to start the season. Like, obviously, I had a pretty decent season, a couple podiums last year, and haven't been riding that much. Like, been pretty busy. So, to be able to come here and like put a bunch of tricks down that like I was a little bit worried about, and just, you know, start the season off with a bit of confidence, it's really good. I'm pretty happy right now. I'm stoked.
What's the plans for tonight? You hitting Main Street, or are you flying back to Orlando?
Oh, probably gonna have a few bevies in the lounge at the airport.
There you go,
You know what it is. So yeah, me, Sam, and Piff all sit next to each other on the flight back. So probably play a bit of spoof on the flight back, you know.
Well, I hope you all make it back and you don't get kicked off on your layover. Godspeed.
Yeah, man, we can't confirm it.
Right on, Luca. Always fun chatting. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, later, Luca.
Luca, we just had the scores come in. Gunther moving into second place, which pushes Luca down to third again, just by an absolute hair. Can Luca hold on? I don't know, man. We've got Shota, Tezuka, and Nick Rapp up next. And
the bar's set pretty damn high right now. We just saw the run that Gunther Oka just put down. 0, backside 9, toe back 7, double Pete 5, 2 P5s. You know, he's laying down so many tricks, and that only got him to second place, which just lets you know how high the bar is set within the judge's mind of where Corey's run stands within him. So Shota and Nick got to be like, all right, well, we're not on the podium right now, not even close, so we got to go. We got to swing for the fence. Nothing to lose, everything to win right now. And I can imagine that in Corey's run is beatable. I feel, you know, I feel like it does have some really hard tricks in there, but it is, I wouldn't say the door's open, but it's unlocked.
Yeah. There is opportunity here for sure. Shota being an absolute vet, the oldest rider on the Pro Wakeboard Tour. Not showing his age, though. This dude can still blast to the absolute moon, and you're seeing it right now.
That trick before that toe 9, that heel 9, was so corked and out the back. I love that. You never really see any riders do it like that. Tip of the cap for that one. Crazy backside 720, and Shota just goes down. Looks like we've seen a lot of guys leave the wake early on a lot of these tricks. And we just saw it again right there. Backside 7, you leave a little early, and you're just going to come up and you case the wake like that. It's a hard game to play, and really, I found like as I ride on these bigger wakes, it's really hard as a wakeboarder to wait and to get off the wake. The transition is so long to where it just feels like you want to go. Instead of riding up, especially if you're wrapped, you really got to wait till you get off the wake clean. Otherwise, it just spins you straight into it, and you get snookied right off the bat.
Yeah, you know, this is interesting. We've got one rider left. Last event of the day, Pro Wakeboard Final here at the Pro Wakeboard Tour, stop number 1, and things are getting interesting. But let's throw it down to. Well, we're gonna throw it down to Gunther in a second, but first. I need to talk about Nick. He's not used to not being in the top 3 spots going last, right? Like, he's got to go out there and show up, or he's not on the podium.
Yeah, but remember I asked Nick, I go, hey, how much do you prefer to be last off the dock in the finals? He goes, mate, that's what I love to do. If I can be last off the dock, know exactly what everyone did before me, I feel like I have a chance to analyze that and to go from there. So it's always a scary competitor to have last off the dock.
Well, we've got one last rider, but before we throw it down to Nick, we've got Gunther Oka down on the start dock. Gunther sitting in second place. Hey, you were amped on that run. So were we. How'd it feel?
Yeah, I told you I was going to bring a couple little different tricks out there, and that's what I tried to do. So with the P5 and the lake grab toe back 7, wishing that scoreline was bumped a little bit higher. Felt like I gave it my all and did that. Anyway, pumped though. Put down 9. Feeling pretty good.
I
so
agree, man.
Life is good.
I agree, Gunther. You had some tricks that we don't see a lot of riders do. I haven't seen really any P5s. I haven't seen, some of the toe back 7. I feel like you had a lot of diverse tricks in there. Could your score could have been a little higher, possibly, but we gotta. That's the way she goes sometimes. But I thought it was really impressive. It was fun to watch you go out there. Better your run. You definitely got into a better double up. Your 0 was a lot better. You locked in the grab. And honestly, it was just cool to see you celebrate and to be that genuinely psyched on your run. That's what it's about.
Yeah, man. No, I was happy to clean up the double up, get a grab on there, and just try to stall it out. I went back, heard your commentary. It was like, could have been a little bit better, and I totally agreed. So, man, good stuff out here at Pro Tour 1. Super pumped. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Gunther. Super fun to watch. Congrats.
You. All right, so Gunther Oka currently in second right now. Nick Rappa last off the dock. If Nick Rappa comes through, he could possibly push Gunther into third place, but that's going to take a lot from Nick Rappa right now. He's really got to show up. The bar is set extremely high to even get on the podium right now. So Nick Rappa has a lot of work to do, considering how that first run went for him.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that can pull it off under high stress, it's definitely Nick Rappa, true competitor out here. He's stone cold and he's ready to come play. We'll see what he can do. This is the last rider of the day, PB. Let's go.
Here we go. Nick Rappa cutting out nice and wide. Trick number 1. Flipping it around. Coming in heel side. I believe it's going to be the mute mode 540. Stomping that one. We saw him bobble on that in the first run, and I think that's what kind of messed him up. When you bobble on your first trick, it can kind of flush through your head, and you don't really know what's going on from there. But he's in the zone right now. 2 solid clean tricks, and Nick Rappa is off to the races.
Yeah, like you said, coming in off the dock last, he knows exactly what he has to
Boom. Damn, that was pretty sick. An Indy toe side back roll. We saw Thomas Herman go down on that. Not an easy trick to do. Fluff on top of that one, still getting the kick. Nick came to play this time. Round 2 is not round 1 for Nick. He is ready to go and fired up, man.
Yeah, and if you're Corey Tunison watching on the dock, you're getting a little nervous right about now. You're like, what Nick is capable of doing, and he comes to play. So anything could really happen here. But
safe to say he's not meditating. Right now.
Yeah, Corey is watching for sure. Corey's eyes are on the water without a doubt. Let's check this Roswell replay to see some of Nick's first pass.
And that was the one that kind of fluffed over right there. But he still got on top of that. And what a good trick to have to do when the wake kind of crusts over on you right there. So a really good first pass there for Nick, capable of taking out this event right now. Nothing's off the table. Toe side 900. He's got a little work to do. Not grabbing that really good, encasing the way he did. That's really going to weigh on the judges. And I feel he knows that, and he's got to squeeze that harder, extra hard right now. Clean double tantrum right there. I love that. Damn, that's a hard double trick to do. I hope the judges give him credit for that, because there's a reason why you don't see the riders doing a double tantrum.
Yep, he's the only one doing that trick out there, which is why he is capable of taking the win, Parks. It's going to be super close.
It is. Can he get that one? That's what he went down. Yeah. He did make it a little bit of a butt check, a little bit of a butt, a froth case the wake on the toe 9. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do off the double up, but I'm also curious to see what these judges, how they're going to judge that slight case on the 9 and that little bit of a bobble on that corked back 7.
Yeah, and we just saw Corey Tunison and his dad, eyes on the water, scoping out, hey man, I mean, anything could happen.
Well, Corey had a wobble. Corey did a back 9, and he actually wobbled on his back 9. So Corey didn't have so much of a flawless run either. So I think Corey is slightly beatable in some way too, depending on how the judges see it. So Corey's double back roll off the double up was huge. That was clutch. I'm really curious to see what Nick's going to do off the double up. He's made double tantrum to blinds. He's he can do. He has a big bag of tricks. So what will Nick Rappa do to try to get the victory, or does he just go for a podium? You know, Nick's a smart rider. Is he going overall Pro Tour title? Is that where his head's at right now? Does he need to fall on this double up going for to take out Corey when he could just get a third, possibly a second, and be right on the heels of Corey with only 3 stops left to go?
Well, that's what makes it interesting. You know, everyone's got a different strategy and different goals, and coming in not, you know, for his last run of the day and not being on the podium, what are his goals right now? Is he just trying to, you know, set it up to be on the podium, or does he want that W? I think he's going to go for the win, Parks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get outside of what he's capable in his trick. Nick is going to stay within his bubble, and I don't think he's going to go for a trick that he lands 30% of the time right now. I don't think it's that important for him to win this event, going for the jugular on a trick that he's probably wouldn't need to win, but he possibly can only land this 30% of the time. I think he's going for like a trick that's probably he can make like 70% of the time and possibly just try to get to that third spot, maybe take out Gunther. And who knows? You never know the judging too. He could win. So anything could happen right now. I'm really curious to see like what his trick selection is going to be. I assume that he's going to do something that he's probably going to make.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a fair assumption, but we're talking about Nick Rappa. So something that he typically makes, that could be a lot of things, and with high difficulty, great amplitude, and always pretty stellar execution. So anything could happen right now. This is the last wake hit of the day of the first Pro Wakeboard Tour stop. Let's see what Nick Rappa can do here on this double up.
And he's typically a little better off the wake. Double ups are not his capital, not his strong suit. Not to say he can't hit them and get them done. And there he goes, a double cab roll, just slipping out, a 180 slip out on the double up at the last trick of the finals. The judges are going to see that. He still throws up the strong arm. And you know what? It wasn't a fall. It was a make. Was it the best trick that he possibly could have done right there? No, but you know, he's still a solid one, a run, really good run there compared to his first run.
Yeah, so much amplitude, and there's so much difficulty in his run. It's tough to know. We're checking out the Roswell replay right now. Like you said, not the cleanest landing, not exactly what he wanted, but still 2 stand-up passes and a double-up. I don't know, Parks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to get him over Luca. I still think Luca is probably going to have that third spot on the podium. I'm not a judge. I just have headphones on and call it as I see it shooting from the hip. Super unofficial. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the double-up weighs heavy. And if you slip out on your double up, or you case the wake on your double up, or you fall, I just feel like, and that's the way it should be. The double up is the pinnacle. It's the buzzer beater. It's the 3, 2, 1, bam. Like, it is that moment. So, and I think that is very critical to kind of stick and solidify your spot on the podium.
Definitely, yeah, the half-court shot of wakeboarding, for sure. And you want to put that emphasis on your run at the end. You want to be top of mind in the judges' heads when the riding is all said and done. But overall, just a really fun day of wake action.
Oh, I've loved it, man. It was really fun sitting here side by side calling when you on the live stream. All the action going down behind us. Nice wind, overcast, you know, no rain. And it was good to be back in Texas, man. It's been a while since I've been to a Pro Tour stop in Texas, and felt good. Felt good about it.
Yeah, likewise. They have a great wake scene here in the Lone Star State, for sure. And we are going to have the scores of the finals coming up, but first we're going to send you to a short break. We've got our final competitor of the day down at the dock, Nick Rappa. You've got a smile on your face. How do you feel after that second run?
Yeah, definitely stoked after the second run as opposed to the first. Unfortunate fall at the end of my second pass in the first run. Definitely just kind of had to sit, take a deep breath, and a bit of a step back, let it all unfold, and stoked to put a full run down for the second one.
What's running through your head when you're coming last off the dock but not on the podium yet? Are you feeling the pressure? Is it getting to your head, or is that just where you thrive?
I mean, in theory, yeah, I should be feeling all them things. Truth is, I think I've done my best work when I've been, pushed into a corner and I've had the door kind of just barely cracked open. So I'm no stranger to that feeling, and I'm just happy to put a run together and happy to be in the finals.
When you're not on the podium coming in like last off the dock, how much of you are thinking just get on the podium, or do you think that double cab roll was going to get you the win over Corey? I just was interested to see, because I mean, going for podium in the first stop, it's not a bad call either when you can be slightly behind on everyone too. So you're a pretty good competitor and super smart and rational. I just kind of wanted to see, are you picking a trick that you land 70% of the time to get a second or a third, or are you doing a 30% trick to go for the victory?
Yeah, I mean, there's honestly a lot of different aspects that I try and look at and I try and map out and plan in my head. Truth is, I feel when I do my run and I do it the way that I typically do it, it becomes a run that's pretty hard to beat, or a very competitive run as well. So I went out there with a run in mind, a run that I've been working on, that I know is most definitely on most days a podium, if not a winning run. And after kind of leaving myself pushed into a corner after the first run, it was just a plan to try and stick that run. So I'm happy I've done that.
Right on. Well, it is always a treat to watch you ride. We'll see what the judges think of your run when we get back from this break. Thank you so much, Nick.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, brother.